Previously on Dark Heresy.
Episode 45. Hot under the collar. Yarn asked Tommy Lee about Mr. Prickles, and Tommy Lee feigned ignorance unconvincingly. But Yarn persisted. He needed to know more. Tommy Lee rooted around in his sack of cheese and pulled out a hand puppet in the shape of a hedgehog. What followed was a surreal conversation between Mr. Prickles and Yarn, with Tommy Lee acting as the interpreter. Tommy Lee seemed quite concerned that he would be thrown out of the cold door. Yarn and Nixios exchanged a look and a few words. This was weird, they agreed. But this is what happens on the chaotic path that they had chosen. Luke and Cletus talked urgently about Arnold. Luke insisted that he needed to die. He was a monster who slept with skulls in his bed. He needed to be put down. The brothers could do it together. But Cletus seemed to be having a change of heart, and perhaps it was a good job, as it may have saved his life. For Nixios heard their conversation and plotting, which had gotten quite heated. Nixios was quite perceptive, and he was sick of the whining. With a perfect motion, he detonated the explosive collar around Luke's neck with his data slate. Pop. Blood, brain matter, and fragments of skull covered the cell, and a fine red mist enveloped everything, including Cletus outside. Slowly, Luke's scaled body fell onto the floor, minus its head. Alexa called for a servitor to come and clean up the mess. Shortly after, a servo skull arrived with Luke's nails. He had demanded them in return for his service. He wouldn't be needing them anymore. These were no ordinary nails. Like many items in this region of space, they were unique. They were blessed by the gifts of the plenty. Gifts! Alexa gave the nails to Courtney to investigate. Arnold came back in and apologized to Nixios. He was sorry for his outburst, and then he offered to apologize to the mutant that he had offended. It was far too late for that. Far too late. The doorbell went. It was the good Dr. Festus. He appeared to be carrying some sort of cannon. It was a medical sampler, and he was here to take some spinal fluid from 33. Nixios asked if the doctor was sure that he wouldn't paralyze the big mutant, and the good doctor said that he was mostly confident. The process went well. 33 was not crippled, and next the good doctor asked whether he could get a sample from the lizardman. Well, that was quite easy, in fact. Luke's body lay on the floor of his cell. Mission accomplished. The good doctor seemed quite excited to research the mutant DNA. It had been an exciting day. And the next day, day 10 after the orbital assault, led to a number of interesting developments. Alexa completed the great chain axe that she had been labouring on for weeks. It was perfect. The most perfect thing that she had ever crafted. She named it Final Darkness. Courtney identified the bastard's nails and found it to be an incredibly potent charm. An epic, if you will. Yarn extracted the Book of Lies from containment, and with Jagannatha prepared a reading room of sorts, enshrouded in protective wards. Nixios delved deep into the Cogitator records on board and found a scrap of information about the Asmodean cult. Tommy Lee put some paint onto Courtney's helmet enthusiastically. Quintius again worked in the port loading bay. Again he took a cautious approach, and again he failed to find his mark. He tried another tactic. He invited his supervisor, Growler, to the Crow. And Growler took the bait, and Quintius commed into his fellows to inform them. A trap of sorts was being set. But what of Arnold and Lizardman Cletus? What did they do on the 10th day?
It's Growler.
Growler's, I do have a colleague called Growler. Like many of my NPCs, I've pinched names from people I work with.
Making pens for kids, yeah. This is a banana-smelling pen. First step in solvent abuse.
Yeah, I mean, encouraging kids to sniff pens is...
What's banana?
Why, is it?
I'm young.
That's it.
Start them young on.
Not licking it.
Lick.
Boys tried to tell me to lick the pen.
Well,
Not licking it, Owen.
That's
Owen,
the voice of a child who's already licked the pen and knows exactly what it tastes like.
Have you licked the pen before? Have you licked the pen before? He's pulled the pen up his bum.
that's disgusting.
And that's why he wants you to lick it.
Very brave.
It's not brown. He looks happy to be there.
That's the face of a pen that's seen things.
Shush.
Guys.
I'm playing here.
Quiet, children.
Children in Willy.
Okay, guys, so we're going to start today's game in the holding cell for cell 54. So in here at the minute, this is day 10. Nixios, you've headed off to the library to do some research. Tommy Lee, you're painting Courtney's helmet. Courtney is identifying the bastard's nails. So I kind of want to know what Cletus wants to do, because you haven't done your day 10 yet because you're having a little power nap.
So the drum he had to start making his sauce, moonshine sauce.
Yeah, so you've got a drum of mash. You got this from the King Cook. It's sat there fermenting. I think it's only been going 1 day, even though in the game it took perhaps we maybe did that months ago in real life, but in the game I think it's only been 1 day. There's a section in the handouts for crafting, and I've put your moonshine batch in there. Most of the stuff in that section is for Alexa, but you wouldn't read them anyway. But there's a section there for there's a section there for you. Yeah, Johnny, do you have a mouse, by the way? Do you have a mouse to manipulate? Have you got a laptop to use?
Yeah.
Do you have a mouse?
He does.
Yes, you do have a mouse.
mouse.
Do you use a mouse?
From time to time.
From time to time. Okay, I just wanted to check.
I don't like to overdo it. I don't like to overdo it, Dave. I don't want to be accused of being like, a tech geek. Stuff like that. So I prefer to poke the laptop with my finger.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I too prefer inefficiency.
Inefficiency is the key. Chaos. Oh yeah.
Hayden amazed me the other day when he said he GM'd without using a mouse, and I'd found it absolutely mind-boggling. Absolutely, because obviously there's a lot to do with the computer when you're, doing your game. It's quite, yeah. It makes a lot more sense when you were like trying to set up your pipe network and stuff, and then yeah, it must have been a right ball, like trying to do stuff like that without a mouse.
Right, okay, Lizard Man Cletus crafting.
Okay, so so you've got that on. It's 1 day on the formation process. You've got another 9 days to go. You still need a distillation rig, and you still need bottles, or you don't necessarily need them. But if you want to jar it up for other people to consume, you'll need some bottles as well. So,
Good.
and you've got about 120 liters of mash on the go.
Okay, I will keep. He will can't leave his cell, can he?
So your cell door is open, I believe. So I've marked on the room the doors which I think are open, which I think are all.
Who's around? Who's around?
So I mean, you share the holding cell with Nick Davenport, the 3-armed dwarf builder, and 33, who's a fat mutant. So I think they're all on board now. I think they're all
Mutant.
What mutant? Who's that?
Like I was thinking, yeah, wait, when Golem's like fat hobbit, like that, I was just,
Fat
probably do it better, like fat mutant.
I see. Okay, yeah. So
Nose. Ignore me.
Go in the main section to
Sorry, continue.
up to the match then.
The main section, in order to open that door, you need either Nixios or Courtney to open that central door. You don't have a comm speed, I don't think, as yet, but you could try hammering on the door, but you can't open it yourself.
I'll give Dora a quick knock.
Okay, can I have an awareness test, please, from Tommy Lee and Courtney?
Okay. Just waiting for. I can't do it just yet 'cause I'm just logging in, mate.
How convenient. I'll do it for you, Johnny. I'll roll your dice for you. It's not a problem.
Get one, mate.
Don't mind, Johnny. I don't mind at all. Doesn't bother me at all. Okay, so neither of you hear Lizardman and Cletus knocking on the door. So there's a pause, Lizardman and Cletus, but nothing. No one comes to let you out.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to waste my time doing that. So I'll go and pretend to be being stealthy while my mash brews then for today.
Okay, so
I'll leave it for it.
So if you look on, I've done a handout for Lizardman and Cletus. You can improve your skills. Is that what you're trying to do? Did you say?
Let's see skills.
So if you look at your power play, I've done a handout for it. There's not a huge amount that Lizardman and Cletus can do because he's stuck in his room, and he also has a very poor fellowship. You can train.
I've got.
You got it?
Improve reputation. This is not available. Train skill. Oversee work. This is not available. Social. This is not available. Oh, is Cletus any good at it? Research. This is not available. Other limited options here, such as the life of a slave. Brilliant. Right. Okay. I'll make the most of that, and I'll decide what skill I'm going to do in a second. I'll just find his proper character sheets right at the top in it. There we are. Oh. There's so many Cletus ones now, I'm getting quick. Power play, characters. This one Cletus, there he is. Character sheet. Which one do I want to improve? I would like to try and get his he's just going to sit listening and looking at stuff to try and improve his perception for the day, such as the life of a slave.
So you want to improve a stat, is that right?
Yeah, I'm just going to sit listening. I'm going to try and improve my hearing. Train my hearing to hear better.
Okay, so I would like you, please, to make a dice roll for your day 10. Make a perception roll, and if you can make more degrees of success, this will speed up the process. But improving statistics is very slow in power play.
Yeah, it's just, he has nothing else to do while the moonshine is brewing. I could go and do some role playing, but we need to crack on with everybody else on power play, don't we? Whoa! Ha 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 ha!
Okay, nice.
More degrees of success, the better.
Indeed. Okay, so that'll give you. Oh, how come? going on here? Why can't I scroll down all the way? Why? Right. Okay. So that's basically 3 points. So you get your 2 degrees, and then you get 1 as standard. So you can't fail at it. So you get 3 points towards that. And so that's clear. So Tommy Lee and Courtney, you've already kind of done your day 10. I just gave you the option here to sit and roleplay if you wanted to, or we can move it along. So what's was here?
I'm just gonna show Courtney the helmet that I've finished painting. Me like, here you go, Miss Courtney. I've done the first part of your armor for you.
It's wonderful. Thank you. You're a true genius.
You're welcome. I know.
Would you be so kind as to describe the carapace helm and what it looks like?
So it is covered in a rather a mixed pattern of flames. I've painted lots of flames on it, and also some real pretty flowers that are intertwined with the flames.
Nice work,
But I don't think it's very good.
I mean,
it looks like
from like an academic sense, it's probably not the best. But Courtney, you like it? It looks got a certain style.
It's got a bit of style to this. I might start a trend. Tell you.
I was going to offer to paint.
If anyone comes up to me, I'll point them in your direction because you've got a true talent right there.
I mean, I do take commission work. That's true.
Oh, that's fantastic!
It could be like a walking advertisement.
Maybe we could have an art competition, and you could be the judge. You know what I mean? Put them around. See if we've got any creatives on board, and then stamp them out. I mean,
kill them all before they start getting too creative. Oh, the art's not a competition, Miss Courtney. Art just is.
That's why you'd have to be the judge, because otherwise you'd win. That's it.
That's true. I probably would. I'm most gifted with the paint.
You have a true gift there. You know,
they say
a gift beyond any other gift that anyone has ever had ever. It's that good.
They say that the planet gives and the planet takes away. And the planet took my teeth, but it gave me a real eye for detail.
Yeah, the guy's going to nod in agreement, like, and just look genuinely amazed. Like,
beauty is in the eye of the beholder and all that, you know. So you like that helmet? That makes me happy, Miss Courtney. And I'll get right to work on the rest of it.
You get really close and look into your eye. Yeah, can see it there. It's somewhere. Yeah, in the eye, in the eyes. I like eyes.
Can I have a perception roll, please, Courtney, at a +10?
Okay. I'm find the mouse.
Oh, can you roll yet, or do you want me to roll for you?
I can roll.
Good.
I'm learning so much.
Point at your laptop with your finger.
Well, can you see? Is there an eye for detail in my eyes?
Okay, I'm going to send Tommy Lee. I'm going to send you a message. I wasn't intending to send Courtney a message. But now I'm going to send Tommy Lee a message instead.
Oh, God. Now let me have a look at your eyes, Miss Courtney. Why, they sure are pretty. They're the prettiest eyes I ever did see.
It's in the eyes. In the eyes. It's all in the eyes.
Mr. P says he wants to eat your eyes. No, I don't say that now.
It seems the wind seems to say.
There's a voice, distant, like the wind rushing over cliffs in the distance. Fuck off, it says.
Excuse me. It's not in my job remit.
Okay, so I've sent you a message.
Well, your eyes, Miss Courtney, they sure are strange. I don't think I ever seen eyes quite like yours before. Where'd you get them?
Mr. Pickles, we meet again. I knew our paths would cross again. And then she pulls back suddenly and she's like, yeah, it's all in the eyes. And then just wanders off and just forgets to be there.
I'm afraid. I think I'm in danger.
In danger of being the best artist on the ship. Only that.
Well, that's true. I bet there ain't no other artist quite like me. I'm gonna start staring at the painting on my wall.
Cheese. It's the ingredients of the paint. It's what you put in it.
I wouldn't waste good cheese like that. You know, cheese is a commodity. It's rare. It's a kind of meat, really.
It adds value to your art. You know, it's a rare commodity.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the toilet right now. I'll be back and I'll paint. Which piece of your armor do you want painting next, Miss Courtney?
Maybe the chest piece.
Okay, I'm gonna make a mental note right here in my mental notebook. Chest piece. How many Z's are in piece?
3.
Okay, there we go.
At least 3.
I'm gonna go to the toilet now. Over here, away, but it's nothing personal. You understand? Okay, bye now.
Okay, you go and cultivate that cheese. So good.
Just gonna go in, close the toilet door, sit down, take Mr. P out of my bag, and have a quiet word with him. And that's me done.
Okay, so Courtney, I'll remind you, you've identified today you will identify the nails. It's kind of, we've gone back in time a little bit from where we were at the end of the last game. So I'll just remind you what the butcher's nails do. Sorry, not the butcher's nails, the bastard's nails. I'll just put you onto your inventory screen. So it goes in the charm slot. It gives that's not right, that's Nixios. It gives +1 willpower, and it also allows for 1 reroll once per game. No, sorry, not 1 reroll. It allows you to add +20 to a roll once per game that cannot be combined with a reroll. So you can use it before you make a roll to buff up that roll by +20. And you can't use it in combination with a reroll. It also has a small chance of giving corruption every time you use it. So it's in effect a magic item that you've identified, and I've added it to your inventory for the time being. I don't know how you guys want to deal with kind of splitting out loot and what have you. It's kind of been a bit of finders keepers up to now, but you might want to come to a better arrangement. So I'll leave it there. I'll come back to you, Dave, at some other point, I think. Now we'll leave Courtney there, I think. So we've done Courtney, Cletus, Tommy Lee, 33, and Nick. I've added in, for the record, 33. Now he's on your side. I've added him into the NPC followers for Cell 54. So there's a character sheet there for the 2 followers of Cell 54, and should all be able to see them if you want to have a look. So next up, I'd like to do Nixios. Nixios, you spent day 10 trying to find information in the library about the Asmodean cult. So this is what you did at the end of the last session. You made your test, and you found a little scrap, and I told you I'd come back to you with it. Nixios, You trawl. Hang on a sec. Nixios, you trawl the cogitators and the physical tomes present in the Malevolence's library. And at Yarn's bequest, you search for evidence of the Asmodean cult. Yarn could find nothing, as if every reference to Asmodean and his followers had been expunged from the databases. But Yarn is a savage from a savage world, and you have grown up on the Nebuchadnezzar. Your upbringings could not be more different. Your initial search yields the same thing, nothing. But Nixios, you're adept at the manipulation of data and the use of cogitators. You try an alternative approach, working on the hypothesis that the records have been removed, and it stands to reason that this process must have been automated. So you amend your search to encompass different languages, different variants of Low Gothic, and then High Gothic, before moving on to some of the more obscure archaic languages. And still, you find nothing. And then you try another method and another, looking for discrepancies. You try to find variants on the name Asmodean. Perhaps some data was entered incorrectly somewhere, a misspelled name, perhaps. And this approach yields fruit. Very little, but some. You find reference to the Asmodean cult. Some of the words of Asmodean are warped beyond recognition, almost as if the data itself has been corrupted. The data comes from an Arbite station based in the lower middle strata of Hive Tartarus on Scintilla. The Arbites report a dead body, one Andreas Imatron, found alone in his room, a member of the administratum. And around his room there were effects that showed evidence of heavy obscura use, along with a cocktail of other illegal narcotics. So far, so standard. Andreas's body was found on the floor, his mouth covered in foam. Furniture and possessions were spread all around him. He appeared to have a violent seizure before death. He's tried to pen a letter. Much of it was rambling or incoherent. The letter is penned to his sister, one Samantha Imatron. And an amendment to the report states that this relative is missing, presumed dead. Sections of the transcribed letter appear to have survived the data corruption. The letter reads as follows. You were right. You were right all along about them. I wanted to think the best. I wanted to believe. I went through their initiation. I became one of them. There was a sacrifice. They warned me as much. If I didn't do it, I would be killed, as would the one who'd sponsored me. I was too scared to back out, but it wasn't what I expected in the end. I won't need what they took from me. And then there are blanks in the transcript. An amendment says that the writing in the letter stopped making sense, veering out of Low Gothic into drivel and scrawling. And then later it says, they did something to me. I can't tell you what I want to tell you. The Fellowship protects itself. What I have written so far was impossible. I've taken so many drugs to overcome their conditioning. They've done something to my mind. It will kill me if I betray them. Again, the gaps in the letter. An amendment states it looks as if the author is violently attacking the page with his quill. You must get away from here. You can't warn the authorities. It isn't safe. They're everywhere. see everything. And then, more firmly, it says, I will write it down. They can't stop me. I am stronger than them. They serve Asmodean. An amendment notes that the last word was barely finished. The word Asmodean is heavily corrupted in the data file. Perhaps this is the reason that it is the only scrap of data that you have found in the exabytes of information present in the cogitators. But it is something, some evidence that the cult exists, and it's the only reference to them that you can find.
Cool.
Okay, so Jan, you spent your day getting the Book of Lies out and making a reading room. Quintius, you spend your day at the port macro cannons doing a job. You see no sign of your quarry. You said in the last game that you were going to comms into the others and tell them about this arrange. You know, you're telling them that you're going to the Crow later. Do you want to play that out? Because we kind of skipped over that bit last game.
Sure.
Tell them what you're doing and what your plan is, or what have you, or
Sure.
Okay.
Yarnold, Alexa, come in. What? I don't know why I'm saying that. That's preposterous.
Yeah, so everyone else receives this. Everyone else receives this comms. So you're all on your basically Cell 53's comms channel.
Did you just get my name wrong, Quintius?
No. It's like a cute thing that people do with celebrity couples, isn't it? They put their names together like Brad Pitt and Angelina
Are
Jolie.
you accusing me and Jan being a couple? Have you heard this, Jan?
Angelina.
No, it's just much quicker and faster to say Yarnold than it is Jan and Arnold. So
okay.
I'm trying to find a way of incorporating Alexa's name into it too, like Yarnold, Alex Yarnold, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point is, Jan, the chap that you're looking for. I think I saw him once briefly, but I haven't seen him again since. But I suspect I know someone who might know who he is. And I have convinced this person to come for a drink with me tonight in the Crow. And I would appreciate it if all three of you could be there too. Although don't acknowledge me. I mean, to be fair, you probably won't even notice me. I'm somewhat in disguise still. But I'm going to bring this person to the Crow. And I'm going to try and get them to loosen up a bit and maybe, flap their lips. And failing that, we're going to kidnap him, drag him off to our cell, and beat some answers out of him. How does that sound?
Seems like a fun
I've really done an interrogation, but I can break his arms for you if you...
An interrogation? Wow, that sounds right up my street. That would be a great idea. But first of all, I'm just going to try talking to him.
I'll contact Jagannatha.
No. Don't bring Jagannatha into this one. This is a secret Black Ops mission, Alexa. I'm undercover. That fucking halfwit comes stomping around with his big psychic boots, and next thing you know, everyone knows we're involved.
Next thing you know, we'll have the answer.
But no, I'm going to try the subtle approach first. But if it all goes wrong, I could do with you there, the three of you there as backup. We may have to, bash him over the head and drag him off somewhere or something. And I thought, Alexa, you may have to turn off all the surveillance business, and Jan can do the fucking crazy shit he does. And Arnold, of course, obviously, the perfect candidate for smashing someone over the head and dragging them off. I'll just stand there and look pretty.
Well, maybe I'm not, because I could easily kill a man if I smack him now.
Well, just don't smack him as hard as you could, Smack him like you smacked me the other day when we were wrestling in the mess room.
Nearly messed you up as well. I have to be careful.
My teeth are still hurting, truth be told.
Yes, I will try. I will be there. No worries,
Right,
my friend.
Excellent. It's a date.
Arnold, out.
I knew it'd catch on. fake name out. I forgot my fake name.
It's Brandy Lee.
Brandy Lee. Brandy Lee out.
Brandy Lee Cobb.
Cobson.
Yeah, Brandy Lee Cobson.
Okay. So you make arrangements. We'll say 8 o'clock at the Crow.
Yeah.
Why not? So we'll move on with the rest of day 10. So Arnold, you haven't done your day 10 power play because you're having a nap. So Cletus, you told me what Cletus is doing. What's Arnold doing on day 10?
Arnold is he's obviously going to vet some people, and all the useless people, he's going to take them down to Alexa's workshop.
Okay, so I would like you, please. You know how this goes, buddy. I would like you to roll for me a series of D100s, and we'll see what kind of cobs we rustle up this time.
A few useless ones, which I'd like to take as well, which would be marked. Remember.
With you on the head.
What are you going to mark them with, Hayden? A star?
Pointed star.
I shall get the furniture.
Okay, so let's. Oh, dearie me!
I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I don't care.
I love you guys.
The home fire's burning.
Okay, so where were we? Sorry, I got distracted for some reason. So we'll go on to campaign characters, NPCs, cobs. Okay, so I've got my got my doodah open. If you'd like to roll 20 D100s, please.
20, yeah. Let me get the right page on. And listen. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, 20.
Thanks, Sam.
I think that was 20.
Okay, so if you'd like to start at the top, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 20, yeah, I think it's from 20 or 19, 1 or 2. All right. So the first one's 96.
Okay, so right, yeah, just give me a sec. So the first one is an advanced. We'll come back to that later. Okay, so you want to keep going through them.
48.
Okay, this is a potential soldier.
Potential soldier again then. That's because I've got another 48.
Yeah.
64.
Okay, this is still another soldier potentially, but it seems like more potential to this one.
Potential, so super
Like
potential soldier.
let's say potentially elite soldier.
Okay, 25.
25.
No.
There's a potential gunnery loader.
85.
This one is a skilled. We'll come back to these.
70.
Okay, another elite soldier.
51.
What was that, sorry?
51.
Okay, another soldier.
60.
Lots of soldiers today.
64.
Another elite soldier.
65.
You've got basically a squad of Orpheans here, potentially.
Yeah.
If you train them up.
Yeah, they're supposed to be getting trained. 83.
83 is skilled. We'll come back to these.
38.
38. Another loader. Gunnery loader.
4.
Or someone who's suitable for like heavy lifting, that sort of thing. Same again.
So that's 38 for 26.
Yeah, same again. So these are kind of people suitable for like heavy.
12.
12. Surf, just someone suitable for menial tasks.
83.
What was that? What was the first digit?
83.
Okay, another skill.
65.
Elite soldier.
94.
And another advanced guy. So
52.
Okay, soldier.
That's it. We have had no retards this time.
No retards. So we've got some skill guys. I'd like you to roll 3d10, please.
Or, I'll just roll 1, 2, 3. 582.
582.
15 altogether, or is what you wanted.
Yep. 2. Okay, so you've got one guy you think might be suitable for stormtrooper training. You've got one person that you can put towards Dr. Festus as a nurse, and one kind of academic who's seems to be like a teacher.
Okay, I will send them to the new job roles. Go, my pretties.
And then advanced, you've got a couple here.
Okay, the advanced. So what do you want me to roll there?
Again, 2d10.
Oh, we got a 10. And then a 5 for the other.
Okay, so you've got one guy who you think is going to be suitable for crafting, but he's more than just these primitive crafters. You actually think he'd be more like he seems more of well, I've got it down as like an advanced crafter. So let me just
to Alexa.
I'll maybe pad these guys out a bit in the future.
All right.
Yeah, it's someone who's not just a basic crafter.
So send it to the workshops to work on the Alexa. That one.
Yeah. Okay, so that one's going to go to Alexa. And then we've got what was the other one you rolled?
5.
No, you rolled a 5. What was the other one?
The
5
other
to 0.
Oh no, one was a 10, yeah, and the other one's a 5, yeah.
So the other thing that you've found is, and it looks like he's got a very large head. This guy, and his name is, seeing as you asked, his name is Clementine Reed, and he's got seems to have a slightly above average size skull. And it becomes quickly apparent that he's acing all of your tests. You think you might have a genius on your hands now.
Oh wow! I will send him to navigation.
Okay.
Why don't you cut off the top of his head, Arnie, and eat his brain?
His brains, and that'll make you smarter.
It'll make you smarter.
You'll find my character has around about the same intelligence as yours. He has no personality. He's not bad, Arnie. I think he's in 48 or something. Let's have a look.
Okay. So thanks, Arnold. That'll be your turn. I say some of these guys I'm going to have to, pad them out a bit in between the games and then give them a bit more personality and flavour. But I'll update your handout as we go.
I think you might make a good hoodie, though. To head over my head. That's a nice hood.
Feels like a waste. Feels like a waste of his oversized brain.
I know. But no, that's how Arnie would think. Be thinking about eating it. Be thinking about making a little hoodie out of him.
He could sell him to sell him in slavery on Desalium. I hear there's some people on that world that are currently in need of a bit of a boffin.
No, that's a few years in the future now, aren't we?
True.
Yes, exactly. Everyone on Desalium is already dead by this point. So.
Probably, yeah.
No, we're 3 years ahead of you. Yeah. We're 3 years ahead of your game, mate. So thereabouts. So what did you want to do? So you'd spend your day processing these Orphean recruits?
Yeah, and
there's no hopeless guys here in this batch.
But can I search for the ones which were hopeless and send them to Alexa's Servitor Creation Workshop?
Okay, so the guys who are hopeless can be found in the Orphean barracks, which is on the port side. I don't believe they've got combis or anything, so you'd have to go and get them in person. You do have their kind of number, if you like, their files, so you'll be able to track them down again, you think, unless they've gone to ground. So you want to try, if we look at your NPC followers, let's have a look. So there's a total of 14 hopeless Orpheans. Are you going to try and round them up and take them to Alexa?
Yes, I would like to do that.
Okay.
Weed out the trash.
So that will happen towards the end. As in, I want to go back to Alexa.
Well, yeah. Once she's ready to start processing servitors, we'll take these guys.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you right now that she isn't. I mean, just to metagame you a bit, guys. She's not ready. I mean, I'd enjoy role playing the outcome of you bringing her all these fucking hopeless Orpheans around to the Technomancer's workshop, which I don't think she's quite ready to start production yet. So.
Okay. Well, she can just have that one with the old supercrafter. I'll send to him, not as a servitor.
Okay.
I'm going to stick a piece of paper on his back at the front and just say, "I'm useful."
Do not kill. Do not throw out of airlock.
That's what I would have done if you'd have brought them at this early stage. I would have just ordered them to congregate in a certain area and then just blown the airlocks.
I'm
not ready to deal with them. I haven't got the facilities to deal with them.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll hold off on that then, Alan.
Okay, that's very wise. Okay, so Alexa, day 10, you've been working on Final Darkness.
I have.
It's been going
Swimmingly.
It's coming to fruition. I'd like to make an awareness test, please, Alexa.
Goodness me. My awareness is terrible.
Okay, so you put together a Final Darkness. You assemble all of the components. It looks like a work of art, this killing device. And you allow yourself to feel a little bit of pride. It's finished. It's perfect. And as you look after you've done it and you've put on the sacred unguent and blessed it with the to the Omnissiah with the sacred machine oil, you look behind you and you see Bodo. And you think he might have been there for some time. He seems to be almost holding his breath while he watches you work. You've successfully completed the Final Darkness. You named it. And say Bodo looks on with amazement at what you've created.
Would you like to hold it?
And he goes, I would.
I'm going to basically pass it over to him.
Okay. It's got a good weight to it, the Final Darkness. And he takes it in his hands and he starts it running. And the roar of the chain axe fills the technical workshop. And a few other of the tech adepts look over. Orb is off in one corner and he looks over, breathing heavily. And it attracts some attention as Bodo starts the great chain axe running. And he tries a different motion. He sets it in reverse. You've incorporated a reverse motor so that the chain link can go either way. And it's about as perfect, you think, as you could have made it. And Bodo says to you, he says, this is amazing. This is more art than manufacturing. Who's it for?
For you, it's for Arnold. He's in need of an axe.
Bodo shuts down the motor and he hands the axe back towards you and he says, Arnold's a lucky guy.
And then the lights go, so are you? And then just give him a look.
Make a charm roll, please, Alexa.
Her charm is terrible.
No, it's not too bad.
Charm. What is it? It's fellowship, isn't it?
There's a charm scale. It's on the left-hand side towards the top.
Ah, yeah, charm, yeah. Hey.
Okay, and Bodo smiles at you, and it's a genuine smile. And he says to you, I've seen you working on this axe for some time. I didn't want to disturb you, but I've reached a bit of an impasse with the servitor production facilities that you've been having me work on for the last 10 days or so.
Atmosphere, show me.
Well, what it is, I mean, I'd feel a lot happier if we could work on this together. It's the schematics. First of all, we need to decide where we're going to set up production, and I've got a few ideas. But mainly, I want some help with the drawing of the schematics for the foundations. I mean, I could do it on my own, but I think it'd be better if we worked on it together.
I would love to. So, I'm gonna basically, start some work with him on that as well. I'll just clear a space. I'll order a servitor to clear some space. I think do that, and then some survey skills to hover around and stuff as well. I'll probably be hovering around, and then I'm gonna clear a space and then you get some data slates ready.
So this will be like the design. This is the next stage for the server to production. Is like the design phase. So first of all, Bodo puts it to you. He says the most kind of logical place to put the production facility, and he brings up a map of the ship.
Yeah.
Is there's an area already given over. It's called fabrication.
Okay.
And it's basically fallen into disrepair. It's not been used for some time, and it seems a natural place to set up production. Because this
excellent
is what
choice.
I mean, unless you've got some other idea as to where you want to put these facilities.
No, that sounds perfect.
And
how much space? I'm going to ask him about the space and the dimensions of the place so that I can design things within the parameters.
Okay. He says, I'm glad you've asked that, and he gives you the dimensions.
Okay. So I'm just going to do a bit of mental calculation and stuff as well.
He says, this is the whole area of space that we've got available, but it might make sense that we will leave some area to expand into in the future. After all, once you've made a load of servitors, it might open up space for further production.
Indeed. Yes, we will begin there, and as time goes on, we will acquire more space. We will need storage space. We will need space for components, and we will need space for the production facilities themselves, the assembly lines.
And he says, yes. As for the components, it would be helpful if I hear that you're going to Ridge Station soon. We can manufacture our own components, but it's time consuming. If we want to make manufacturing facilities, these components, it'd be better if we could buy some in. I'm sure you'll be able to get some on Ridge Station.
How long until we get there?
I believe 4 days or so.
Affirmative. That will give us time to make plans that we can purchase the appropriate equipment.
Okay, good. The door to the technical workshop goes, and you see in walks Laura Skysinger. She looks immaculate in her uniform of the trade department, and she looks stunning. And she heads over to you, Alexa, and to Bodo.
I'm going to nod.
Alexa, may I bother you? May I borrow you? I said that we would go to the armory to see the quartermaster. You needed some armor, didn't you, for your special project?
Yes.
If you recall, Nixios set you the task of making some armor for the mutants, and you took measurements thereof. Do you recall? Now, there wasn't much armor going spare. I think the armor already was kind of hoovered up by Cell 54, but Laura said that she could get some more probably from the quartermaster.
Okay.
At this stage, Arnold, you turn up at the technical workshop, and you've got an Orphean in hand. If you're there, are we there?
I'm here. I am.
I can't hear you, buddy.
Is he a
I can hear him.
useful one or not
Can
useful?
you?
one?
I'll rejoin
here.
for a sec.
I am here.
I can hear you now, mate. So you turn up with this Orphean in hand that you think might be useful for Alexa.
Look, Alexa, I have you a present. Skilled Orphean worker. I think you'll be a good crafter.
What can you do?
Okay, and the name of the guy is let's have a look. His name is Bonnie Bracken,
Cheese balls.
and he says, I'll tell you what I can do a bit later when I'm a bit more padded out.
Padded out.
Yeah, I at the minute I'm gonna need to.
It's just been made.
Yeah, I've just been made, so give us a second. I shall.
All right.
I shall pad him out in
He's only
between
just been
games.
conceived.
Yeah.
So
Been
Look,
awkward.
it's fine, Johnny. I'm quite.
I'm gonna,
you being as awkward as possible. Always keeps me on my toes, but
Yeah.
at the
I'm
minute
gonna
I'm going to
gesture
pad him out because I don't know exactly what he's going to do.
That's fine. I'm going to gesture to one of the adepts if there's any adepts or anybody around, and then I'm just going to ask them to show him around.
Okay, Orm's free.
Yeah, I'm going to get Orm to show him around and take him through the facility, take him through the workshop, and then start asking him some questions, and then report back to me later.
Okay. Laura says, "Do you want to come with us to the armory, Arnold?"
Yes.
Sure.
I'm just. It is staring at Orm. What is that?
He's breathing heavily into his galvanized rubber mask.
Is he one of the engineers?
Yeah, it looks like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nobody mentioned he's got spaghetti for arms, but hey.
I'm just going to. Oh, Arnold.
Yes.
I have this for you.
Oh, what? Let's have a look. What is it?
I'm just going to present it out like this. Bear in mind, Arnold sort of towers over us, so she's going to sort of hold it up like that.
Okay.
This one's better than your last one.
Oh my goodness, Alexa.
Do you want to describe it? Give us a sec, Arnold. Do you want to describe it, Johnny? Do you want to describe what that looks like?
You know more about the description of it than I do because of
the boots on the other foot, is it, Johnny? No, it's all right. I'll show you an image of it.
I just had a quick look at it.
Are you taking the axe, Arnold?
I will take the axe.
Are you sure you want? Are you sure you want to do that?
I'm going to take the axe, and a little tear will pop up for the first time in Arnold's eye. Such kindness, Alexa, will not go unrewarded.
Will you make a
you're not trying
willpower test
to be my wife? You tried to be my wife. It's like an engagement present. It's that good.
I am already spoken for.
Well, this is so very nice, Alexa. I much appreciate it. Willpower test.
Please. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh. And Arnold's chemistry.
You wouldn't let it lie. Let it lie.
I'm going to be cheating on my old axe. Where's my sheet? There he is. One with a picture of Arnold on it. Willpower. Let's do it.
Arnold, this
Can I
axe.
reroll that?
Of course you can reroll that. If you've got a fate point.
I do. I have 2. Aha!
Okay.
What?
Arnold, the this axe There's an image of it on your. I've got your character sheet up at the minute. There's an image of it, perhaps without the 2 skulls that are hanging off the pommel.
They will get added.
Be my guess. But yeah, here's an image of the axe. It looks beautiful. It looks like a work of art. It's a killing machine. It's got a. It will give you plus 15 weapon skill. I mean, I just found it off Google. You know what I mean? I just typed in chain axe and these. You know, I thought that looks pretty cool. It's not my fault if they're all corn chain axes on the internet. The axe gives a plus 15 weapon skill. It's so finely crafted. It's so well balanced. It does 2d6. Sorry, not 2d6. 2d10 plus 5 damage.
Ooh, on top of my already plus 9. I see.
You're on
40.
Yeah. So that's on top of your, you know, your base damage. It's got tearing, which means that you roll an extra d10 and you pick the 2 highest. It also is made of tempered steel, which is when the construction is so advanced it cannot be destroyed by a power field. So lathe weapons get that, and for example, Kazushini also has that ability where it can't be destroyed by conventional by power weapons rather.
Wow, oh, brilliant! Thank you, Alexa. And Annie's really taken back, almost speechless, tearful. First time you've ever seen Arnie this emotional in your life.
Just gonna turn around and say, the condition of you having this axe is that you do not destroy servitors aboard this ship.
I will find you stock for your new servitors, Alexa. Don't you worry.
Yes. Do not destroy them. We need them.
I already have potentials. Keep it quiet.
Very good. Very good. Contain them, and I will process them when we are ready.
No worries. Right. Okay. I'll go to Lost Sky Singer, and I'll take a few practice swings with the axe as well.
You've got a good feeling about this axe. Good.
I won't rev it while I do it, but I'll just take a few practice swings. I don't want to chop anybody in half.
Okay, so shall I?
I called her Final Darkness.
What a splendid name! Absolutely fantastic, Alexa. I can't believe Arnie used the word splendid there. I'm sorry. He's definitely a beauty.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Lex is going to just Laura's typing and go, shall we? Like that.
What's that?
Alex is going to gesture to Laura Skyting and go, shall we? And point to the door because we've got to go and sort this thing out.
Yeah.
Okay. So Laura leads the way to the armory. Are you coming with as well? Do you say Arnold?
Yeah, I will. You know, with the axe.
And I'm going to gesture for Bodo to follow as well.
Okay.
I've got to do a hero forge one now with a chain axe for Arnie. Do that while I'm in between turns.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a mouse. I keep using the blooming touchpad on there. It's right here. I keep using the
Bodo and just go. Once this is taken care of, we'll work on the schematics.
And he nods at you and he says, "Okay, Okay, so I'm just looking for my Bodo token. Johnny always keeping me on my toes, making it awkward.
Has Arnie ever met Bodo before?
I mean, you'll have at least seen him briefly. I don't know if you've spent any time with him or been introduced to him properly, but you have seen him a few times. You've seen Alexa took him as a date to the Crow one time, and you also saw Alexa talking to him. Yeah. And Bodo gave Alexa something before the orbital assault. So you've seen him about. I don't think you know him well though. So Laura leads you to the armory. It's been a while since you've been here. And you remember, Arnold, this is where you came before you first got deployed onto the planet. You recall that someone warned you that you had to bribe this guy in order to get some suitable quality equipment. But none of you did, and you were given armor that faded to dust. And if you recall, Quintius was wearing some of this armor, and you crushed it with your hand when he woke you up after you made your drop onto the surface. So I think Quintius' armor didn't last very long. I think Yarn as well had some bad armor, is that right?
Ooh, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so you're back at the armory. It's a heavily fortified structure.
I think I gave him 14 thrones, which that fucker owes Yarn now.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think you gave him quite a low bribe or something, and he was
Cheap price to get yourself choked out.
It's a shame that you have to die over 14 thrones, Dominic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you find yourself at the armory. It's defended by heavy stubber turrets, and there's no queue. There doesn't seem to be anyone who's being seen. And Laura says to you, Alexa, sorry, what was that?
Everyone's gotten wise to him, doesn't visit him anymore.
Maybe. I'm just going to rejoin because I only see. Do you see me, guys, or do you see Flo?
No, you've been squares for a while.
I just need to plug this in for recharge it.
Fuck you, Discord. I fucking hate you, Discord.
Johnny,
Ellen.
Yeah.
I sent you a message in Roll20 about 20 minutes ago, just before Hayden started doing his recruiting stuff. If you want to scroll up a bit and have a look.
Give us a sec.
Yeah. Yeah, we could. Yeah, I think we could get a Courtney on that. Anyway, so. I think she's pretty good at that sort of thing.
Yeah.
She's got his phone set up somewhere. Where the plug's in a useful place.
Someone could probably make use of it. I don't know who, but someone probably can.
Yeah, I don't think Alexa's actually got anything close combat.
I'll give it to Alexa if you want.
Yeah. To reforge it, maybe have a look at it, see if it's.
We'll see what it is. It might have something good on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Still got a sword for Kane to make as well.
You've got a list of jobs so long that you'll never complete them.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot of tech.
Yeah, it's always the way. You just have to prioritize what's important to you because everyone wants shit to be done. You do have some people you can assign jobs to if you.
Yeah.
But even so, even despite that, you've got to pick where you want to put your resources.
Yeah, this is why production lines. It's like I don't know, like just almost the idea of sort of making our own standard STCs. This is something that Alexa's got in mind, where we could just sort of like make get stuff and mass produce it, which is tech heresy in itself.
There's nothing wrong with mass production. It's just the stuff that will be mass produced tends to be fairly average quality, whereas the things that you make personally, that's where you can make something that's really high class. So server to production lines aren't going to make epics. So and the kind of the stuff that you're wanting for your characters tends to be the premium stuff. That's what you're trying to get.
Machines don't make masterworks.
No, that's exactly right. So
that's true.
Yet.
Yeah, soon we'll all be obsolete. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, so, I'm looking forward to it.
Make my steel, bitch AI.
Yeah. I mean, we humans make steel so badly. Even I condone the idea of us, being allowed to make steel versus AI. I mean, let the AI do it. They must be able to do it better than us because we're shit.
The problem is that the AI is just going to form it into Terminators, and
Hey, if that's what happens, if that's what happens, and they wipe out humanity and they take over the world, then that's just natural selection. That's the way that God planned it, in my opinion.
Agreed.
It's all part of
Now
God's
that's
plan.
confusing.
That's
It's
right.
all part of God's evolutionary plan. There's me hedging my bets, not taking a side.
Okay, guys. So you're in the armory. You're approaching the port where Dominic is. He's kind of protected behind armored plexiglass. There's a large, heavy stubber turret that tracks you as you approach. Laura says to you, Alexius, she says, so what exactly is it that you need for your special project?
I need armor components. So I'm going to get a data slate out and then show her basically some quick sketches of and dimension measurements, basically based on the measurements that she took from the mutants last time.
Yeah.
Basically, and just a rough idea of the sort of things we need. So, carapace, we need mesh.
Yeah, she says. So carapace for the big one then, and I think you'll need at least 2 suits worth.
Easily.
And then mesh for Cletus.
Yeah.
Again, probably need 2 suits worth. Okay. And right. Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
So she's kind of expecting you to walk up with her, Laura is. What about Arnold? And Arnold, what are you doing?
I'll follow behind.
Okay. So Laura heads up. Alexa and Arnold. Bodo hangs back. And the heavy stubber turret, it tracks you all the way. And you see the bald, overweight Dominic Peters, and he eyes you warily as you approach the plexiglass. And he goes, "May I help you?"
Yes, we're looking for armor components. High quality.
I see. That I'm sure that can be arranged. What exactly are you seeking?
Carapace, 2 suits of, some mesh, maybe 2 suits of, and do we need flak as well?
Yes, and Dominic says the carapace armor is restricted only for stormtroopers usage.
I'm sure I can get clearance from the Inquisitor if necessary.
And Laura, at this moment, she speaks up and she says, "Yes, Dominic, we are here on the Inquisitor's bidding." And she takes something from her pocket, and it looks like a small, made of bone, stylized eye, which is the symbol of the Inquisition. And you recognize it, Alexa. Arnold, I'm not sure whether you recognize it or not, but Alexa, you will recognize this as it's the Inquisitorial rosette. It's Lucius's rosette, and it's his symbol of authority. And Laura pulls it out from her pocket, and she shows it to Dominic, and she says, "You do understand what this means, don't you?" Dominic seems to recoil when he looks at this.
Free.
What's that? What did you say? Sorry.
It's free. you ain't making no fucking bribe money off us, you bitch. Not this time.
And Dominic looks at Laura and he says, "You may enjoy his favour for now, but it won't last. You'll find a new favourite soon enough." But he moves away. And
Gel.
several minutes later, servitors arrive and they put components into the tray, which kind of feeds out. And I don't know if Arnold wants to do the heavy lifting, but there's
I'll do some heavy lifting.
There's 2 suits of carapace, 2 suits of mesh, and 2 suits of flak there. And Laura says to Dominic when he returns, says, "We don't need to be concerned about this equipment, do we, Dominic?" Dominic smiles at Laura, and it's a sickly smile. The smile doesn't reach his eyes. And he says, "Of course not. I'm loyal to the Inquisitor."
Can I examine it?
Of course you can. Make is it evaluate?
Yeah, I think it'd probably be evaluate.
Let's have a look. I think so. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
I think you've got evaluate, so make a roll, please.
Yeah.
The armor looks in perfect condition to you.
Can I re-roll that? 'Cause it's quite important.
Do you have a fate point?
I'm just checking. Probably at least one. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, you can use it if you want.
I'm going to use it and then re-roll that. I'm looking for any sort of imperfections in it. So. Yeah, not quite as bad, but
You're sure that this armor it looks fine to you, Alexa? You can't see any flaws, any evidence of it degrading or turning to dust or being corrupted by the miasma in any way.
excellent stuff. Cool.
Okay.
Excellent.
So Laura fixes Dominic with a smile, and she is beautiful when she smiles, and she looks at you too, and she says, "Let's be away then."
Oh, affirmative.
Yeah. She's that nice when we went to Orphean 4.
And as you walk away, the heavy stubber tracks you, and she says, "I think that went rather well. That went better than I expected."
Yeah. He did as he was told. That's good.
Nice to see him change his tune.
Okay, guys. So I think everyone's done their day 10 of power play. The next thing I've kind of got on. It's gone. What's up, Dave?
No, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what I was going to say is the next part of the day I'd got planned was for you to go to the Crow to arrange your. Well, I'm not exactly sure what you're going to do. So if you want to kind of decide what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and what gear you're going to take to this ambush or whatever it is. Then if you want to spend a bit of time just chatting about that, I'm just going to go for a slash. And then we'll come back and we'll go and do the Crow in the evening of day 10. So it's a date night between Brandy, Lee, and Growler, and the other 3 of you are going to be there waiting nearby. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Get something for work.
I'm going to at some point before the Crow, I'm going to vox you all again, and I'm going to vaguely outline my plan, which is to basically get him to talk, to get him to invite me to what, because I think he's got like a splinter cult, like he's part of the traitors, and I'm trying to get him to invite me along. And failing that, I'm trying to get him to tell me where to find this guy that Yarn is looking for. And if neither of those things work, I'm going to basically have I'm going to lure him out of the Crow under the illusion of walking me home for the night because I've had too much to drink. At which point, over to you guys. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 3 code words or code phrases. And the first is, since my Aunt Fanny's funeral. And if I say that, that means stand down. Everything's all right. Forget about it. If I say I'm feeling a little under the weather, will you escort me back to my quarters? then Alexa, I need you to clear the servitors between the Crow and our quarters. Yarn, I need you to get to our quarters and prepare to restrain this guy. And Arnold, I need you to use your magnetic charm and sheer brute force to clear the passageway between the Crow and our quarters of any personnel. I don't want anyone to see what we're going to do. Just because we don't know who we can trust, do we? So,
no.
So if you guys like, basically,
the
code phrase for that is "I'm feeling a little under the weather. Would you escort me back to my quarters?"
Okay, there we go.
All right. And if I say it's all going ploin shaped, then that means it's all going ploin shaped, and at that point, just fucking grab Growler, and we'll worry about the consequences later.
Yeah.
That's if, you know, something goes horribly, horribly wrong and somehow I end up in a position where he's going to stab me or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds fair enough.
Okay. I like it.
Cool. We've plotted in Alan's absence. Ha ha ha!
Ideal.
Yes.
Okay. So, what I'm going to ask you guys is kind of what you are taking to the Crow, what kind of armor you're wearing, what weapons you're taking, what precautions or anything that you're taking.
I'll just I always wear my flak, don't I? So I'll just wear my flak and take my axe and have a pistol.
So you're going fully tooled up, flak armor, final darkness, pistol, is that right?
Yeah, that's how I roll. And it is prepared. And my rope. You never know when you need a good bit of rope.
Okay. Jan.
Yo.
What are you? I think generally you tend to carry all your stuff around anyway. Is there any precautions?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I've just got a side pistol and my mesh armor.
Yeah. So I think, you know, are you taking any special precautions? Are you doing anything differently to normal?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Alexa, what are you taking?
Just gonna take a data slate, and a servo skull, so I can remotely link to it and get it to plug into the system if it needs to, and use it like Bluetooth. I don't know, and then a pistol, and then some sort of hooded coat, so I'm not basically obviously Alexa.
Sorry, say that last bit again. I missed that last bit. What did you say?
And some sort of hooded attire, so it wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't look like, you know, Alexa. I'd be disguised.
You want to kind of disguise yourself a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look what you've got. So you've got your Mechanicus robes. You could probably wear your Mechanicus robes. That would hide you as Alexa, but it would still... I'm trying to see what else we got. What we got in the character sheet? I don't know if you got some hooded robes going spare.
No.
Let's have a read through, see what we can find.
Yeah.
You've got an elegant dress, but no, you may be going to need. I don't know where you're going to find these hooded robe that you want to wear.
I'll just go casual. And
you got casual? You got your elegant dress. Do you want to wear that?
An elegant dress. Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay. What about you, Jan? So you're basically looking exactly as you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've updated Arnie's pictures on Discord. The counter's there for when you want it.
Let's have a look. Oh, yeah.
It's the closest to a chain axe I can find here, Forge, but I've upgraded his armour and his colours and everything now. Look for chaotic path.
Okay, guys.
Trousers.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, guys, so I'm putting you on the map of the Crow. So, Jan, Arnold, and Alexa, you're going to get there before, and I'd like you to put yourself on the map where you're going to be, where you're going to hang out. Yeah, I'd like to know where you are.
Oh, what's that? I write stuff instead of trying to move him. Let's see who's there. Yuki, Hook, Horatio Butterfield. Yes, Horatio This is at the table where everybody needs to be at. Agent Strange.
Oh, actually, I want my big Horace.
I'm gonna go talk to the stormtroopers actually because I've got business with them. There's Jaganapha there if you want to go see him, Dave.
Fuck him! Fuck that fucking mutant piece of shit.
Look who's in the
Mutant scum.
So Arnold. Arnold's going to go and talk to a couple of stormtroopers. Alexa, you're going to just be off on your own, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's the fucking Oracle? We're going to find out.
You're going to go and have a chat with the Oracle, okay?
Who is the Oracle?
I know. I found him.
Who are all these people?
Okay, so Jaganapha.
Yeah.
First time you're seeing Jaganapha in the Crow. He doesn't normally come down there. And he seems in good spirits. And
what a
Two
prick.
witches next to him.
Why would he be here? Why is he here? Why the fuck has he turned up? What a prick.
Is that Jaganapha on me, Dave?
Both of you. There's no separation right now. You fucking thorns in my side.
Okay, so, and Jan, you see that he is here with a couple of Orpheans. One of them.
Oh yeah.
One of them seems quite ugly. He's got kind of dreadlocks, not immediately dissimilar to your own. Quite long brown hair. And the other one looks a lot smarter. He's quite tall and lanky. He's got a side parting. And you see him playing with a pack of cards. And so Jaganapha is flanked by these two Orpheans. Now I think you were actually involved with the recruitment of Jonas. You weren't there at the time, but I think you were assisting Arnold. I don't think, as in James, you weren't there personally, but Jan was there. And yeah, exactly. I think Jan was there assisting Arnold while he processed. So you recognise that a couple of these Orpheans are people with psychic potential, and they've been given over to Jaganapha for training. And Jaganapha sees you, Jan, and he makes eye contact with you. At least you assume he does, because he wears these thick green glass goggles, so you can't see his eyes. But he looks towards you and says, Jan, join us. Let me buy you a drink.
Wagwan, brothers.
Wagwan, Jan.
Fucking wagwan, you fucking wanker.
Today's day of celebration, we have chosen our path, and now we will succeed. Brothers, let me propose toast to Jan. And he raises his glass of clear. Let's see. Jan, have you got a drink here? No.
Yeah, sure.
You do, sure, yeah. So Jaganapha pours you some clear. Have you got like a tankard or anything?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. So he pours you. Oh yeah, you pinched someone, didn't you? So he pours you a healthy dose of clear from a flask, and then he raises a toast in your honour. And all of you psychics have a little drink together. Alexa, we're getting Alexa Cam on the painting of a tank. I find it very therapeutic.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's great. No, I'm serious. It looks cool, man. We're just seeing the kind of... it's like paint cam is what it was, man.
Oh, sorry.
No, you got nothing to apologise for, buddy. Nothing at all. And, I say just amused me. Like, I was looking to Johnny and I just see this tank taking shape. So Alexa, you're rolling your own, and you've managed to what's the word? Acquire a servo skull from the ship that you press. It's actually it normally lives in the technical workshop, and you press ganged it into use.
Finishing your game. Oh yeah, go to bed there, Robert.
Establish a make sure pre-establish a link to it.
Okay, I'll add in a server skull. It's not yours permanently, but
No, that's fine.
the ship's quite happy to
I'm back in a minute.
lend you one.
Yep.
Arnold, where did Arnold go? So Arnold's gone to the bar. So Brandy Lee and Growler.
Hottest couple on the ship.
We ain't a couple. Oh no, that's the wrong voice.
So as
Yeah,
far as you can tell, and you're pretty good at
Growler's
reading.
got other ideas.
You're pretty good at reading the signs, Brandy Lee, and you're pretty sure that he's not interested in you in that way.
Yep, it's the stubble.
He's perfectly. It could be that. It could be any number of things. But you know, you can tell when someone likes you and when they don't. And Growler, as far as you can see, he wears his heart on his sleeve for the most part. You know, he seems fairly honest. You like to think that you could read him reasonably well. That's why you know that he's, you know, he's not to be trusted.
It's very important. It's very important that I clarify that this whole what happens next. Brandy is in no way flirting with Growler. It's literally like I'm doing this as from the point of view of I'm lonely. I don't know many people, and you've been all right to me. And I tried flirting with you, and you knocked me back. That's fine, but I would really like some friendship and some company tonight. That's the point. That's the kind of thing Brandy Lee's going for.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm. Cool. And you know, you get the impression that you know he's quite happy to come out to the Crow, and you suspect again that he's grooming you in a sense, that he's trying to get you on board to, you know, and he's kind of already dropped some hints along this path, you know. He just wants you to be on his side in effect. So he's so you head to the Crow. It's fairly busy. You look around, you see a few familiar faces, and there's a bit of fiddle music off in the distance.
Oh no!
And
I draw my pistol.
Yeah, so just remind me what you're taking with you. I asked everyone else. Just remind me if there's anything taking.
I'm gonna stick to what I took with me as Brandy Lee, which is everything marked with an asterisk on my character sheet. So skeleton key, lighter, combead, a few smokes. I do have my mono knife stuffed somewhere. Who knows where? My bio women's clothing. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yep, I do not have a drinking device.
Okay, and girl, he's just walked slowly towards the bar. Are you walking with him?
Yep.
And he says, "It's quite nice." Oh no, just give us a sec. Sorry, I went fucking butcher from the boys there for a second. I don't want to do that. And he goes,
"Is it South African? Is it Australian? Is it Cockney? Who knows?"
It's a fucking abomination, is whatever it is. And he heads up to the bar, and he catches the eye of one of the barmen. And he says, "Too clear. Me and my lady friend. I'm stuck in butcher now. No, don't do that." So yeah, anyway, so the barman heads off to get some clear, and Growler pulls out his tankard, and he looks at you and he goes, "Oh yeah, it's kind of bring your own tankard place. It's a bit of an illegal bar, this one. They don't have their own washing facilities. You can share mine if you like."
Bring your own? Well, I ain't never encountered anything like that before. I feel a little embarrassed. If I'd have known, I'd have brought myself something. I ain't never been here before, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's it's an unusual place, the Crow. I mean, I once saw a man drinking out of a flak helmet one day. Preposterous.
That's just ridiculous. That sounds like what sort of animal would drink out of a helmet like that?
Yeah. I once saw a man drink Baileys from a shoe. No, he doesn't say.
Well, I mean, I do have, and I'm going to take one of my shoes off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just too far.
No, he doesn't say that at all. He says, so he
Have you
starts
ever
to...
drunk clear from a shoe?
So you and him enjoy a drink?
People wheel each other.
That's where we are, isn't it?
Yeah.
Previously on Piss Heresy.
On Deviant Heresy.
Welcome
Okay.
to Golden Shower TV. Sorry, Al, carry on.
No, please. Don't mind me. I'm used to my game devolving into a nonsense.
It's not going to happen
every time.
It's not going to happen tonight.
Or,
It's not
you
gonna
know,
happen.
or maybe it gets all weirdly pornographic or what, I don't know. It's just...
None of the above tonight.
No, good.
It's going to be a good, wholesome game.
Sensible RPG is.
We're all grown men. We're not
Grown.
teenagers.
Just innocent men.
Yes.
I'm never going to grow up. I refuse.
Me too.
I'm going to be Pinocchio forever. A real boy.
That just means you're going to be made of wood and your nose is going to grow. Did you mean Peter Pan?
I'll be like reverse Pinocchio. Yeah, it's got wood and
Reverse Pinocchio, you're not made of wood and you don't have a nose.
something else grows.
Oh, no, that's Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. Oh. The ladies, Pinocchio. Oh.
What's happening? What's happening right now? Alan, save me. What's happening?
What you see, you do see someone familiar here, Brandy Lee. You're not quite sure what she's doing here, but you see a leap off of a large bottle behind the bar. She leaps onto the bar itself, and she comes heading towards you. It's Kara.
You
She
fucking James. Would you
What?
like to tell Alan what message I just sent you in Facebook Messenger?
That power ruins everything. Can Jan see that?
where's your arm position? Yes, you can see that at the bar. And Kara seems to come up to you, Brandy, and it seems to kind of rub against your hand and your arm. And she purrs, and she makes a kind of purring, ooking noise.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Oh, well, I do declare that this small creature seems to have taken a real fancy to me. Oh, I've never seen such a thing.
And I'm gonna awkwardly scratch at it behind its ears.
Okay, Kara seems to like that. And Growler says, "It's not bothering you. It's the ship's cat monkey.
Cat monkey.
Aye, helps keep the pests down. We had a bit of an infestation last month or so. These little fucking greenskins, they got in everywhere.
Greenskins? Well, were they sick?
Yeah, they were pretty sick. Snotlings, I think they're called.
Wow, what a vile name.
I'm gonna keep scratching Kara and say,
Well, this little critter sure seems friendly. Is she like this with everyone?
Oh, well, to be honest, I've not seen this cat monkey around here before. I don't know. I don't think she's like this with everyone.
Well, she's certainly taken a liking to me.
yeah.
Okay. And Kara just stays close by to you.
Okay.
And she seems quite happy with with your company. But Growler doesn't seem to be worried about this or overly concerned. Or
Okay.
doesn't seem to be reading anything into it. So.
Toad's head on the top of Mario.
Toad's head
mushroom. Like a tiny little mushroom head on the top of the cat. Got twiglets for arms.
Let's have a
I'm
look.
gonna zoom in on it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It'll do. It's not a mushroom. It's more like a skull. Let's have a...
Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah, it's looking at me.
Huh?
But yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me. Anyway, so
Oh yeah, there it is.
sorry, man. Give me a sec. choking on a crisp. So, Brandy Lee, you and Growl are enjoying a drink together. Growler seems to be hitting the clear quite heavily, and he makes some pleasantries with you.
Yep.
Is there anything in particular you want to ask him or to say or do?
For a while he gets a few drinks into him, no, I'm just going to make small talk, just general chat with him.
Okay, cool. So we'll leave you two there to start with then, and we'll.
Yep.
Arnold, you've gone to the bar.
Yes, I would like to talk to my mate. Second. Oh, you put the map back on.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll put you back on the map.
Thanks for the picture of the cat monkey, though. I appreciate it.
I'm glad you appreciate Kara.
I do.
Jaffa heads up to you.
How's it, Jaffa? How's that meat selling?
It's selling like hot kebabs. We'll soon be out of dog meat, so we will. Do you reckon you can get any more?
Depends which planet to go to, but don't worry, be on the first top of my hunting supply and demand list.
Gosh.
Don't you worry. I was wondering if I could get a refill on my clear for my tankard.
Of course you can, and a dog kebab, sir.
Sounds absolutely delightful.
On the house. And he orders a
Kind.
spicy kebab and fills you clear up on the house.
Brilliant. Okay, I will say thank you very much. Can I tip him anything?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, you can look
Gonna
on
see
your character
what
sheet if you
I've
want
got.
to. He says to you, Arnold, I happen to have come into this item here if you're interested. It's a red dot side. Quite cheap. You'll be interested?
Yeah, yes.
There's
Yes, I would.
40 florins, he says.
Oh, well, if I give you a 43 thrones and say
Haggling
thank you
upwards.
for the yes, I'd say thank you for the clear as well and the dog kebab. But don't give me one last time, but I would like to pay every now and again.
Yes, alright. If you insist. I'm not going to be turning down.
I'm knocking that off mine now, so 192.
So, minus 43 frowns. Okay, so you've added
Yeah, I've
a
just
red.
done it.
You've also got a
That's right.
he says, yeah, it's not hot, that red dot side. That's in case you're wondering.
Listen, mate. I wouldn't be bothered if it was.
Okay, glad to hear it. So you buy a not hot red dot site.
Besides, Jaffa, who's going to come and would ask me for the red dot side back?
Aye. Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies.
I'll just tell you thank you very much and thank you for the clear, Jaffa. You're the man.
Alright, no worries.
Take my clear, disappear.
Okay. Where are you putting yourself? If you move yourself to where you want to be, please.
Who's the head stormtrooper? Is it Rastin or is it Sergeant Strange?
Raston's a sergeant. Sergeant Strange is also a sergeant, so they're of equal rank. The highest ranking stormtrooper you ever met was Eric. He was a lieutenant.
Nobody in here is above Sergeant.
You don't see anyone above sergeant.
Okay, I will head to Rastin actually. His table looks quite entertaining. I'm gonna head to Rastin.
Okay.
And ask him how he is.
Okay, well, I'll leave you guys there. I'm just going to go around a bit and just see what everyone else is doing. So, Jan, is there anything you'd like to say or do with Jagannath, or are you happy just to chill out?
I don't think so.
On the table of Psychers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to give you the opportunity if you wanted to ask anything or say anything. Go around to Alexa. Just want to check in with you. Are you doing anything in particular, or are you just sitting and watching?
Yeah, I'm gonna comms Bodo and just get him to come down and join me to maintain my cover.
Okay, understood. I'll get Bodo's token again. I'll just keep moving it around the maps.
You do dark space under every map, Alan. I'm
only teasing. He's already here anyway on this map, so I just like I like teasing Johnny whenever I get the opportunity. So, then we go. Where are we going now? So, so Jan and Alexa, you're gonna kind of skipping your go, in a sense. So come back to Arnold. You head go on.
I head up to Rastin as he's just about to say, sorry for cutting you off.
No.
I say, "Go, Rastin. Some Orphean recruits sending your way. Some of them make pretty good stormtroopers, and some of them are just good troopers. Are you all right with this?"
He says, "Well, I suppose you need to get it squared up with." So I'm not really got the authority to take them on board and start training them unless you can. I don't know, maybe speak to the interrogator or the inquisitor. Get him to take me off my normal duties. You see, it's just, you know what I mean. I've got my fucking job to do as it is. You see, so I can't just do it off my own bat. You see, I've got to get clearance.
That's all right. I understand. I don't want to see your neck stuck out and having it chopped off by no for doing the wrong thing.
The eyes up your axe as you say this.
Nice axe, isn't it? Just freshly forged. And my good friend over there.
So that's amazing. Can I have a look?
And I'll just hold it and let him look.
Okay, and he gives it a good look. And while he's drinking his clear, and he says, "It's one of the finest axes I've ever seen."
Hasn't even spilled its first bit of blood yet.
Oh.
Soon it will.
I wonder whose blood it'll spill first, eh?
Don't know, but I'm dedicating my first kill to Floki, Eric Icebreaker.
The Floki, I don't know any Floki.
To Eric. Eric will be my first kill's dedication.
And he goes, and Rastin raises his glass and he says, "To Eric."
To Eric, and I raise my tankard to him.
Okay. Are you drinking?
I am drinking.
Okay, if you make a toughness test then please, if you're...
Okay, give me a second. And I'll start seeing I've got loads of people's blowing windows up. All play and everything now. So, toughness...
Get out of your own game, Hayden.
Hey. Yeah. For sake, maybe I should have done a double. Eric! Yeah.
Feels good. Feels good, but yeah, you don't... you can take your drink, Arnold, so...
It certainly can.
So,
like
back...
that.
Go on, sorry.
I'll do me for a minute.
Cool. So I'll go back to Brandy with Growler. Growler seems a bit loosened up now. Like I say, he's hitting the clear pretty quick, and he's got both of you a spicy kebab.
Oh, I'll have a go on the kebab. Did you say he was going to be sharing his clear with me?
Yeah. So he's got a tankard, and you just basically he's kind of putting it down in between it, you know. And sometimes it's difficult to get a drink because he's hogging it quite a bit.
That's fair enough. I was going to, on the rare occasion that I do get the chance to have a go, I'm going to pretend to have a drink and not actually have a drink.
Okay, so you're going to stay. You're going to avoid getting inebriated.
Yes, for once. For once, Alan, I'm going to try and not sabotage my own schemes.
That's uncharacteristic.
I know. Well, he's not being Quintius right now, is he? He's been Brandy Lee, and Brandy Lee is much more methodical.
Dave, make a willpower test to see if you can stop yourself from being Quintius.
Yeah, but this wouldn't be a Quintius willpower test. This would be a Dave willpower test, and that's unfair because Dave has no willpower. Dave has negative willpower. He's playing a role right now, so he's taking it seriously.
The spicy dog kebab, it's quite good. You've been on nutrient paste for the last few days, and to be honest, you're sick to death of the paste. So this makes a pleasant change.
Okay. Wow, this is real good eating. I ain't had a fine quality meat dish like this in a long time.
It's not bad, is it? Not bad.
Ain't bad at all. I could maybe get used to life aboard this strange new vessel that I find myself dwelling upon.
So
if it
you
weren't for the people, of course.
so you've been settling in all right? No one giving you any
Well-
trouble, are they?
Well, not trouble us so much, but the people here, Growler, they don't like me. They just they don't respect me, because they think of me as a simple woman from a simple world, and I mean, except for you, you've been quite kind and friendly towards me, but you've been decent, and I'm grateful for that. But people from my own world, they don't take too kindly to me neither. You see, because of our difference in beliefs.
And in his eyes, make an awareness test, please.
An awareness test, you say?
I do so.
I picked her up and
Okay.
back through there. So she could have a light then.
Oops, what have I done?
Yeah, tripped over there.
Pass.
Okay, you see his eyes kind of. You see him like pick up in enthusiasm for a sec as you say this, and then he immediately quells that down again. It's like he puts his poker face back on. But for a moment, you see that what you said interests him quite a lot, and he says to you, he says, "Yeah, I mean, you've got to understand a lot of folk on this ship that come from the Imperium, and anyone who's been born outside of the Imperium, they're just going to expect the worst from you. They're going to make judgments of you, rightly or wrongly. They'll think you're a primitive, or worse."
Worse than primitive.
There's lots of, trust me, James, there's lots of things worse than a primitive.
Okay.
And most of them can be found in the Orphean Quarter.
So, I know what you mean, sir. They all look down on me as it is, and all the people on this vessel of yours, they think that I'm like the others on my world, that we all worship the laughing monk. Well, that's not true. Not all of us do. Some of us, we know there's something not quite right about all that, and we think there must be something else, something greater in this weird, wide world that we live in, but there ain't no other way on Orpheus. So now I've got this new life. I'm hoping to explore some new options besides worshiping that weird shit that they did back home.
And Growler says, they don't really tell me much about what happens down on the planet. Who's this laughing monk?
Well, you see now, he's a monk and he laughs a lot.
Well, that doesn't seem like anything you'd want to worship to me. I mean,
they worship him as a god who, a part of the planning, that gives and takes and spreads gifts and joy across the world of Orpheus. But it always seemed just a little strange to me, and I don't feel too comfortable talking about it.
It sounds like heresy to me.
It sounds like hairspray.
No,
Was that?
No, just forget it. There's only one God, the God Emperor of mankind, and he's the one that you should be worshipping. He's the one you should have faith in. He protects you, even you Orpheans. He looks after all men.
Does he?
Oh yes.
Well, I mean, I ain't never seen him protecting men. I ain't never heard of him back home. He can't be that great of a god, can he?
Okay. Make another awareness test, this time at plus 20.
Okay. Oof.
Okay, you see him. I keep dropping my fucking dice. You see him bristle at this, and he says, "Yeah, maybe he doesn't look after everyone in the same way. After all, you're not part of the Imperium, are you? Maybe you don't see his light so far away. from Holy Terror.
Holy Terror, what's that?
That's the center of the universe. It's where the God Emperor resides. It's where we all came from. Where all
That's his
mankind
house.
originated from. Well, he has this gigantic palace that takes most of the world up.
Wow, that sounds like something. That sounds incredible. I sure would like to see something like that one day.
Yeah, maybe one day.
So this God Emperor of yours, if he's so powerful, how come we never heard of him out here on Orpheus 4? How come the Laughing Monk dictates everything?
Growler takes a drink and he seems to ponder your question. And he says, I suppose I don't have all the answers. Doesn't seem right that there are men out here who've fallen astray from his God-given light. I don't understand. I don't know why the worship of the monk takes root here, but I think that it's wrong. I think that the monk worship is evil.
Well, it always struck me as a little strange. This whole Laughing Monk. They had a big statue of him in Partachula, and I never really took too kindly to that. But I hope that one day your God Emperor's light shines upon my world, because I think we could do with something like that out here. Some kind of light. It's a bad place. It's dangerous and it's nasty, and I hope one day I get to see such a thing happen.
I'd like to make another awareness test, and he raises his glass when you say this. But I'd like to make an awareness test, please.
Okay, straight.
Yeah, straight test.
I'm going to fate point that because that's terrible. Okay. Fucking hell.
Okay, and he raises his drink to you and he says, yeah, maybe one day it'll happen. Okay, I just want to check in on the others, just see if there's anyone else who wants to do anything while this is going on. Jan, is there anything you'd like to do, or are you just happy just drinking?
Socialising. You know about these new kicks and what they do.
Jagannath says, so Jonas here, he seems to have quite the skill at cards, perhaps unnatural skill, and this is what drew you to him in the first place. He was talking about his history at the casino, and what seems to have happened to him is he got caught basically cheating quite often. He's got a natural luck with cards. And as for Oracle, he seems to have some sort of abilities at seeing things that are far away. He gets visions of faraway places, and can sometimes focus his ability in seeing far away. So it seems that Oracle has some kind of skills with divination, and Jonas has some sort of skills with manipulation of probability. But they both seem quite low-level psychers compared to you or Jagannatha. And you can get a sense of your the psychic strength. So at the minute they're just, they've got a long way to go before they become useful in any way.
Ask Jagannatha, what do you do with what do you call the psychers that aren't
unsanctioned?
What's Courtney?
Unsanctioned.
What do you do with unsanctioned psychers out here when you find them?
Jagannatha says, well, that depends. The safest thing to do, of course, is to put them down. And then he looks at these two, and they both kind of smile uneasily. But he says, that is safest thing to do. But I believe that I have the strength to train them in such a way that they will not be a danger to the ship. I believe I can train them. It's a form of rudimentary sanctioning. Of course, it is unofficial, but I believe I can prevent them from being taken over by the creatures of the warp. And if I am wrong, then I shall destroy them myself.
Yarn's just going to go.
He's a real joker, this Jaganappa.
Yeah, then Jaganappa starts laughing, a deep belly laugh at this point, and he raises his glass. But yeah, you can definitely tell the two minor psychers, you know, they're not finding it quite as funny. A few beads of sweat go down the forehead of Jonas. And Jaganappa says to you, Yarn, he says, I think Courtney has been mostly safe. I think she's avoided any dangerous episodes, thanks to my training.
It is not easy to avoid it all, even for those of us trained in the art.
I see you are taking my accent on. It's very good. We are becoming like
the highest form of flattery. He's going with a little Transylvanian. One perils of the warp. Two perils of the warp.
And he says, yes, you're right, it is difficult. But I believe, Jan, you shall never have your mind taken. Your mind is a fortress, is it not?
Thanks to the, I think it's part of being. Yes, thanks to the place I grew up. Thanks to the place I grew up.
There we go. Bacon sandwich. And he goes, and you're checking
An
out
open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and open.
And Jaganappa says to you, and he seems in good spirits, and he says, it appears something has changed in you, Jan. You are with us now, in mind and body.
One of us.
Now the campaign has chance of success. We will be brothers, you and I. I'm going into Floki now for a sec. We will be brothers, you and I.
Don't make me destroy you.
Crush him, Yarn!
Crush them all. Yes, it seems our. It seems the Inquisitor is radical. I should, in his views and his thoughts regarding freedom of information, most unusual. But I should make use of these tools if we are to progress.
Jaganappa nods and says, Good. And your friends, you are all apart today. Why is this?
What's that?
He says, you and your friends, your fellow acolytes, you are all apart today. You do not drink together. Are you so sick? Oh, sorry, I don't know where my accent is in a minute. Are you so sick of each other?
No, far from it. We just socializing with the rest of the ship rather than remaining insular amongst ourselves.
Okay. And Jaganappa seems satisfied with this. So I'd just like to move on to Alexa now. Is there anything you're doing out of the ordinary, Alexa, or are you just still sat here perched on one side?
Just perched on one side. Not really. No, there's nothing much to do. Just waiting for Bodo.
Yeah. No, we'll have Bodo too. That's a good point. I've forgotten about that.
Yeah.
So Bodo turns up. He gets himself.
I've asked him to bring some more information about or some ideas about production.
Okay. So you're going to mix business and pleasure, then, is that right?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
The business is basically that.
So you can make a head start on some of the design work on the server to production facilities.
Yep.
Okay, Alexa, I'd like you to make a trade right roll with a +10 for Bodo's assistance.
Okay.
And we'll do a few hours on this.
Wait, my card sheet's
Okay. It's going well, you think? And he seems to be getting quite enthusiastic into this as well. And he says, soon, I think, Alexa, soon we'll be ready to try a prototype. Have you...
This pleases me greatly.
Have you had any thoughts as to where... And he lowers his voice. Where we're going to get the human raw material?
Already in hand. Arnold has been vetting potential recruits. We shall refer to them as recruits, not as servitor fodder.
No, never as fodder. Recruits. And he raises his eyebrow at this. And he has a sip of clear. So you're going to do a bit of work on that, Arnold. You've perched up between Yuki and Horatio Horace Butterfield. Let's see.
We have. Hello, Horace, Horatio Butterfield. How are you today? Have you had some clear? Do I need to top up your glass for you?
Okay, so you see that Horace is deep in his cups. It's the first time you've seen him. He looks quite drunk. His face is red, and he goes, "No, I'm fine. I don't need any more. That's very good of you to offer."
But half a kebab, Horace.
Oh yes. And
I haven't had a bite yet. I'm going to pull off half a kebab for him.
Okay, and he gladly eats the half kebab. And you do see that Horace is quite overweight, and that's maybe a good sign, right? You should never trust a skinny cook.
Definitely not.
And so, and he devours half a dog kebab quite hungrily.
And I'm going to eat my bit next. What did you think to the dog kebab?
It's quite good. I don't get very much. It's nice to get a bit of meat from time to time. He says, "I wouldn't help myself to the roast or anything, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't pilfer."
Can I scrutiny check him?
Of course you can.
I've not got. No.
Add a plus.
Lucky.
It's everyone's got scrutiny. It's a.
I've just clicked it. Everybody's got scrutiny, but I'm not trained in it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay, Arnold, you're quite suspicious. You think that he wouldn't be. You think that he wouldn't be quite as heavy as he is if he wasn't if he wasn't getting high off his own supply, so to speak.
And the fact that he's just mentioned it just makes him twice as guilty to me.
Yeah, I mean, you do suspect him, but you're not sure.
I'm going to cast my finger and say, I obviously to maintain this size. I need extra rations whenever I can.
Oh, I mean, are you asking for some more foodstuffs?
Oh no, I'll keep coming here for the extra dog kebab. At the moment, I'm having to vet recruits. Except I've got some cooks for you if you want some. From the Orphean contingent. Even put them in clearing guard duties, but I have them for you.
He says, you can always send them my way. We do get through cooks quite quickly. There's often many accidents in food processing.
Okay, let's hope we're not eating. Well, let's go to waste, eh? Belly laugh. And I'll perhaps hold out my glass to that and say, "Here's the new recruits, eh?"
Says to new recruits. Perhaps you can do me a favor. Perhaps it's something you can help me with. It's the engineers. It's Benny. He's not being fair with me at all. We have this arrangement with the production of clear. You see, the tubers, they come from hydroponics, but it gets sent off the mash to the engineers, and we never get quite as much back as we're expecting. He's taking some for himself, and he's being tight with energy supply to food processing. He's holding energy back. You see, he's in control of the reactor.
Luckily, from you giving me the trolley, I made some friends in engineering. I'm working
Filthy.
for a day.
Filthy, the lot of them.
Not to get to comments because I do sink ships, don't they, Hollis? My game now.
Horace spits on the floor when you're talking about the engineers.
Yeah, but I did feed them and do a good day's work with them, so I've got a little bit of rep. But I know someone who has a lot more rep. Between me and maybe talking to my friend, see if we can get some more energy and a bit more mash.
He goes, "Oh, that's good. That's good. See, I don't have any rep with Benny. You see."
How about we send some food down from you to Benny?
No, in a minute he kind of starts muttering. No, I forget I said it. Forget I said anything.
Don't worry. And let her carry on a drink, and I'll then turn to Yuki and someone else to go on.
Okay, so Yuki turns to you and he says, "All right, mate."
Oh, then Yuki. Been flogging any exotic stuff today?
Oh, well, it is. I don't like to talk about it. I wanted to. I'm glad you popped in, actually. There's this heavy stubber you asked me about.
Oh, fucking hell, yes. Nearly slipped my mind. Been so busy in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, days seem to pass slowly around here, don't they?
Sometimes it goes really fast.
Yes, they do, don't they? But anyway, I felt what I asked you for was unreasonable before. I'm willing to knock my price down. Let's have a look. I'm just going to check my spreadsheet. Give us a minute.
He checks his spreadsheet and he looks for the heavy stubber cost.
And he goes, "Yeah, I could maybe do you it for 600 thrones."
Right, let me talk to my friends, see if we can get a few more thrones. But can I give you a down payment of 190? That's all I have.
You're all right. You hang on to it. I'll leave it for you. I'm not going to sell it to anyone else. Also got some photo contacts and grenades and the like you asked, if you remember.
Yeah, well, shall I have some photo contacts and some of the grenades off you, and I'll pay you now, eh? I'll source some more money out for the stuffer.
No problem. I'll just check how much that'll be.
And he checks his spreadsheet for a minute. Photo contacts are... Yeah. So photo contacts will be 100 thrones. I don't know if you've got any black market credit, you can use that, or you can actually just use thrones, but it'll be 100.
Check Arnold Stormsinger's feet. I think I do have a few market credits. Read this carefully. Yeah, I'll put my 2 black market credits towards it.
Great. Okay, that'll be 98 as a balance.
Okay, and I'll pass him 98 thrones, which I will knock off my list now.
Thank you very much. Okay, so please add photo contacts to your inventory.
Just give me a second.
Frag grenades are today. The frag grenades he'll do you at 30 thrones. He's got 2.
Okay.
30 thrones each.
Okay, I've taken that off for 2, so I'm now on 36 thrones left.
Okay.
Nice doing business with you. I thought you'd forgotten about me before. So, I mean, it's been so long since we talked about these black market purchases.
Sorry, Yuki. It's so busy on the ship at the moment. I'm trying to get a bit of morale up and people and recruit people. I'm quite busy. Do you need any manpower? Actually, can I knock you some creds off? Send you some extra manpower. I have plenty.
I don't want your Orpheans, though, mate.
Well,
You keep them to yourself.
For good with them.
Dirty foreigners. They're not proper Imperium folk.
Oh, are you like the rest of us?
I don't like them.
Okay. No worries, Yuki. I will not try and palm my products off onto you either, eh? No, thank you for your service. It's much appreciated.
Okay, gonna go back to Brandy Lee and Growler. Growler is getting more and more in his cups. Brandy.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's getting later.
I'm gonna be pretending to be a little drunk myself, and I'm gonna be saying I have to apologize, Growler, for the other night when I came on a little strong to you. I mean, I understand you don't think of me like that, and I don't think I think you like that too. It's just that, I'm lonely, Growler, and I'm looking for a man. I have needs, you understand? And I apologize. I came on a little strong. I've been looking around, looking for a man who takes my eye, and well, I've got my sights set on one. I just gotta track him down, because I seen him a few times, and he's such a handsome man. He's got the nicest face. But I'm sorry, Growler. You don't need to hear all this.
You got nothing to apologise for, Brandy. Just I've got a wife back home. Children.
I'm sorry. I apologize again.
Wait, never seen her again.
I didn't know that. Well, I'm sure she's a lovely woman and a good woman, and you deserve a good woman, Growler. And I apologize if I made things a little weird, but you might be able to help me, because the man I've been keeping my eye on, the man who takes my fancy, I seen him talking to you a few days back, but I ain't seen him since. I was wondering, do you know who he is? He's such a dreamy man. He's such a handsome, chiseled face, and I'm going to describe this fucking random guy to Growler.
Okay, so the guy which you're describing, he has quite a plain face. Unremarkable face, if you like.
Oh, I know.
He's got some. He's got blonde hair, which is quite long cut, quite untidy, and I'd like you, please, to make a deceive roll at -20.
Okay, I am aware, by the way, Alan, that I'm describing a very plain-looking man to a drunk. That was kind of the point of what I was doing. I'm clutching at straws here.
Mm-hmm.
Deceive roll at -20.
Well, I do declare, that ain't the right button. What am I doing?
That's 20.
Well, that's a pass with 4 degrees of success.
And you get the impression that he's a trusting kind of guy, Growler. Perhaps he's taken you into his trust, and he says, "Oh, you mean, Derek?" Should have laughed. Yeah, I mean, he works down the port gunnery loader section, just like I do. He's a good man. Quite a lot of good men down that way. Maybe one day I'll introduce you. I think he's single.
So that's where I've been working as well, isn't it, Al?
Yeah. So, and he says that's where he works, and he'll perhaps give you an introduction.
Well, maybe we got cross wires here, Growler, because I've been working down there for a couple of weeks now, and I only seen him the once.
Yeah, well, I mean, the port macro cannons, they cover half the length of the ship, don't they? You know, it's he's probably just he works further up the fore of the ship. We're down more towards the aft.
Okay.
Not likely to see him unless you went off looking for him.
Well, maybe I'll do just that tomorrow if it's all right with you. If I take 5 minutes off the job on my break to go find this hunk of a man and introduce myself.
He says, "Yeah, fine, no problem."
And his voice is slurring a bit now.
Okay. I'm gonna key my comrade and say, "Well, I must say, I have to thank you for your company tonight. It's been most pleasurable. I haven't had this much fun since my Aunt Fanny passed away, and we went to her funeral."
And the Growler goes,
To Aunt Fanny.
To Aunt Fanny, indeed.
he raises the clay, although you can't drink at the same time, so he takes a swag and then hands it to you afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually take a drink this time.
Okay. Like a toughness test.
Ooh. I'm okay.
Result.
Okay. So is that all for tonight then, Randy Lee? Is there anything else?
I think so, yeah.
Did you say you want to comms into the others?
Yeah, I did, as I said that last bit, and then I'm going to turn my comm off again.
Okay.
They know what it means, Alan.
I've forgotten.
Say it again for.
That's why I take notes. I'm going to say I haven't had this much fun since my Aunt Fanny's funeral.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's good, isn't it?
And what's your code word? What does that mean, Dave? Because I can't.
I'm not telling you.
Well, all right. Oh, is this?
I'm not telling you, Alan.
Ah, is this something you were doing?
This is what we discussed when you were AFK. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
now the problem here is that they all.
Steve.
They all forgot. The thing is, now I gave them 3 different code phrases and things to do, and like what would be incredible here is if they all forget and they all do 3 different things.
Okay. So
I've only got remembered the one. I remembered where clear the corridor.
I'd like to know what everyone else is doing this evening.
You haven't spent the one where you cleared the corridor.
It wasn't that one, yeah.
So I want to know if there's anything else you're doing in the Crow tonight. If there's anyone else you wanted to speak to, anything you wanted to do, or shall we move along? So what's happening, guys? Arnold,
I'm going to have to go up to Graveler. Growler.
Growler. We're gonna head up to Growler.
Quickly put my arm round him and escort him to my room.
So you head up to.
No, I'm not. I just want to see Fred.
Abort!
I know. Sorry. I'm getting drunk with Horatio.
Okay, so you're going to carry on getting drunk with Horatio, and you see, he seems to spend a lot of time just slagging off the engineers, expressing his distaste for them, saying that they're dirty, filthy little vermin, and he's quite disparaging of them. Yeah. So anyway, what about you, Jan? Is there anything else you want to do tonight, or shall we?
No. I'll wait until I want to look at the book. But have you still got the that little graphic relating to the book?
Yeah, of course. I don't tend to chuck away the graphics. I just tend to get a huge, overwhelming number of them, and then I lose which ones I want. Do you mean this one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, bro. That makes more sense because I read the Thingamy books briefly, so intriguing.
Okay. So,
there is a star. I don't know if it. There is something under sorcery about what do they call them?
looking good, Johnny.
Cheers, dude. Getting there.
Nice.
What's he doing? Oh, hey!
Thank you.
Panther tank.
Yeah, nice, dude.
Are you ready? But it's just, I don't know. I always look at my work and I look at the all ones online. And I'm like, yeah, you've got airbrushes. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, I think something's definitely go a lot better than airbrush, and I think tanks are definitely well suited to airbrush.
Yeah,
they are very well.
Big
suited,
surfaces, big flat surfaces are perfect for airbrushing, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I'm just struggling along with paintbrushes in the dark ages of painting.
I'm sure it's saying tanks for you painting it in the first place, so.
Yeah.
Behave yourself.
It's good fun. Good fun.
Me late.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So, I think we're pretty much done on day 10 of Power Play, unless I've missed anything. So, are you all heading back to your rooms? Which is
Yeah.
You've got a room.
Yeah.
You're okay. So you're going back. You're going back to the macro cannon section. Brandy Lee. Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And then the Night Growler says, "It's been a pleasure. Feel like I've really got to know you."
I've enjoyed my time in your company once again, Growler, and I shall see you bright and early for work tomorrow morning. Now you take care now.
And he says, "Yeah, I'll be sure to put in a good word with Derek."
Why, thank you.
You should give him a kiss.
Okay.
No, it's not that sort of relationship.
So Growler
friends.
heads off back to his room, and you head back to yours, Brandy Lee. So there will end day 10 of Power Play. And you're going. Of course, can you?
Can I just do one very brief thing before we end day 10?
Of course you can.
I'm going to vox the group.
Tomorrow morning, excuse me one moment. Tomorrow morning, chaps and chapette, around 10 a.m., make yourselves available somewhere near the port gunnery loading deck. I think we may have our man, Jan. I just need to track him down.
Alexa, me and Leanne will go and up, Alexa. me and Jan, sorry, and Jan will do some meals and wheels, eh? Ourselves down the port side. Cover.
Good.
Okay. Can one of you bring Mumsy, just in case?
My mother died in a terrible accident with it was a sea ice whale. There's too much milk.
The streams have crossed again. No, Arnold, Mumsy, my pistol, my sidearm.
Oh, okay. Where is
just
it?
in case. In my locker, in my foot locker at the foot of my bed, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, just in case.
No worries. Okay.
Okay. So I'll end day 10 then, if that's all right with you guys.
Yep.
And you all go to bed. You all have a peaceful sleep. Apart from you, Arnold. Arnold, your dreams are troubled, violent, and they drag you from place to place.
Should I be enjoying that?
I'm not going to tell you what
If
to
you're
do.
going to say if they're troubled, you would put unicorns and rainbows and fluffy animals in my dreams.
Quintius trying to kiss you again.
Yeah.
In disguise.
Carry on.
But Arnold, your arms are so big and strong.
When you're ready.
Wake up in a cold sweat. Flaccid.
I mean, it might be a wet dream, but not in the way that you feel. Arnold, are you ready? Can I continue?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like role playing with Johnny all over again.
We have been role playing together for 20 years.
Arnold, you see the face of Eric Icebreaker, and Eric carries Phobos over his shoulder, and he looks at you with disdain.
Oh.
Brother, you really went and did it this time. You really have messed it all up.
Oh. Oh, no wonder I'm sweating. Like a failure dream. Failure.
Do you remember when I gave you my axe? I told you it was a precious heirloom.
It's a cackle like that meme. But Doom.
You swore to take 10 skulls, and you swore to dedicate them to Morkai. I only asked for 5 skulls, and you were the one who doubled the offering.
And Eric continues, and his face seems to be turning to like a grin. There's a grin crawling across his face. It looks almost like a rictus. Like, is that the right word? When like a death rictus. Yeah. And he says,
There are consequences to breaking oaths this close to the miasma. The old gods are not to be forsaken so easily. You think that you can put aside the axe. You think that you can bring your friend to my room and stand aside as he kills me. What kind of brother are you?
I'm just dreaming, I can't say anything, can I?
well, that's up to you. Do you try and say anything?
I'm gonna keep hugging my new axe.
Well, there's no sign of the chain axe in your dream.
Oh. Alright, well.
You don't have to say anything, Aiden.
I'm just not gonna say anything.
Okay.
He says, I would be alive if not for you, brother.
And with that, his face turns dark, and you see him again as you saw him at the end of his life, after Yarn crushed him with the might of his will. And the dream shifts violently again, and you find yourself in a camp, in a cage, and you see a knife that cuts the fabric of the world. You dream of ritual. A heavy cauldron set in brass, and within it are brown liquids that writhe and bubble. There are chunks of infected, hairy meat bobbing around the surface. Vapor and spores rise from the container, and the area around seems to degrade and turn to rot. On the brass cauldron are 3 interlinked circles, the same circles that you saw in Grimsport, atop the head of the golden idol of the laughing monk.
Gifts! Gifts!
Your dream shifts again, and now it is Anastasia, the beautiful Anastasia. You feed her to a monster, and she's never seen again.
It's Anastasia.
Again, she's the nurse that you took to bed, or tried to take her.
I
Again and again.
take me to bed. I was good.
Again and again, the dream shifts to some new nightmare, and you awake in a cold sweat, grasping for Phobos. Phobos isn't there. Instead, you take comfort elsewhere. Perhaps in a skull of a reptile's bastard, or perhaps in your new chain axe, I don't know.
Hug reptile's bastard son's head.
Okay, you hug the skull.
And the chain axe at the same time.
Okay, you have like a group hug.
Yeah, I'm gonna and I'm gonna put the alligator, the big old one-eye skull in between my legs and hug him with my legs as well. Get the full skull comfort action on. Just put myself against the skulls until I'm happy and I can sleep again. Rub the sweat off me with these skulls.
Okay. You've got some sweaty bone there. Okay, so next up, guys, it's going to be
sweaty bone between my legs.
It's day 11 of
They got it old one eye.
Before you go on, Alan, can I just say that was some deep fucked up metagame stream crossing that we just had. Because you just referenced Arnie being in a cage, did you not?
I did, yes.
Yeah, that's some fucked up metagaming bullshit right there, and I applaud it wholeheartedly.
I mean, this is thanks to you, Dave. You've given me the gift of soup.
I have.
Who am I to spurn it?
Yeah,
that was what soup was about.
For Johnny and James's benefit, and maybe Hayden's because he hadn't awoken at that point. But Saturday night's game.
It's just for me and you, Dave.
Yeah, Saturday night's game began with Gaius finding a pool of what I described as greeny, browny soup with fleshy lumps of hairy meat floating about in it. And Gaius, Hayden's character Gaius, had a flashback to being on his Nurgle-infested world where he was basically the last pure man. And he witnessed a guy cut a hole in reality with a knife and step through to another world, and that's obviously what Alan was just referencing there. Because I said something like the demon that took over Gaius's work said something to this guy that cut the rip in reality. He said something like, "Go forth and serve your new master, the butcher." So I was like dropping a hint dropping a nod of the hat sort of thing to Alan's campaign, and he's just done the same thing back. But he's taken it one step further by describing Arnie as being in a cage, which is just fucking meta as fuck.
That is
Maybe I have to have a prayer to the God Emperor. Sort me out.
I mean, who says the GMs can't metagame? I don't know.
I mean, I think we're allowed, me and you, because we've conspired in so many ways across so many campaigns, Al, that we basically are a singular entity now. So
No, on his head.
You what? Sorry.
The chick.
It's been defiled. It's been defiled in many ways.
What's that?
Someone's drawn a brown penis. It's not a very good penis. It could have been like a...
Is it giant apples?
I haven't.
That is Dave.
I haven't fleshed him out.
That is Dave, because I can't sleep that.
It's not me. It's not me. I fucking swear that's not me.
If it's not Hayden, then it is you.
Mine's a puke. I'll grab the puke.
No. Right. So generally speaking, you can tell who it is because usually it's whoever draws on it in their default colour.
That's probably me then.
Yeah. So I think for example, I wrote yes at the top, and I don't remember why because it was so fucking long ago. But I can't draw. That's something else.
Brownie's too decent to draw a knob on a chicken's head. He's better than that. I'm sure it's you trying to frame him.
Yeah, so look,
I'm trying to grab it.
Dave's a better man than that.
I can move the yes. I can move the yes about.
Right. Look. Yeah, I think Dave's right. I can move sick around.
Yeah. And I cannot draw. So as primitive as that sick and cock and balls are, I literally cannot draw. I'm fucking terrible.
Ooh.
So
I like
it's
sick. It was Brownie.
There we go.
Oh, you've disappointed me, James.
Yeah, who's drawn a penis? Oh, it's so uncouth, says James, the man who drew the penis.
Okay, so It's day 11 of Power Play. I would like to go around, and each of you now has 2 characters. So I'd just like to go around. First of all, you all right to carry on playing for a bit? Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's only 9:30.
Yeah. So I was going to go on to maybe about 10:30 today, which is kind of a relatively early start. So, relatively early finish. So I'm probably going to go on for maybe another hour or so. I just wanted to go for each of your 2 characters and kind of see what you'd be doing on Power Play, day 11. So have a little think. Anyone want to go first? Anyone know what they want to do?
I know what I want to do. If everyone else wants a bit of time to think about it, I know what I want to do with Tommy Lee and Quintius.
Okay, so how do you want to spend day 11?
Tommy Lee's going to carry on painting Alexa's armor. He's going to work on a chest piece today.
Okay.
I don't know if it takes the full day. You can tell me that.
Yeah. It'll be longer than a day, that one.
Okay.
Oh, before we carry on, there was a bit of admin. I just want to go back. It's something I meant to do at the start of this game and I forgot. Nixios. First of all, so Nixios, your character sheet for Nixios, I did a bit of admin on it. I think I've added +5 perception and +5 ballistic skill, which comes from that targeting array. I don't think that's been added on to actual stats. I've added that on. I also added on +20 to your Medicaid tests because you've got some extra skills there that aren't being taken account. So yeah, I was looking through it and just doing a bit of admin. So I think you should be on higher than what you are. So you've got like an extra +20.
Yeah.
There was something else. Nixios and Courtney have a load of drachma. Now, earlier on in Power Play, Alexa put out a request for any drachma to be sent to the technical workshop. She said it was all contaminated, and that was her ruse to get people to hand over the drachma so she could smelt it down into copper. Now, I saw on your character sheet, Nixios, you've got 375 drachma there. That's not really doing anything. And Courtney, you've got 50 drachma on your character sheet. It's not really doing anything. Yeah. So it's up to you if you wanted to have that handed over to Alexa or not. That's up to you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What about you, James, for Nixios?
Nah, fuck that bitch.
Okay, you keep it on there. You can, and we'll see what. Maybe it'll come in use if you ever go back to Orpheans 4.
Shops left to spend it in.
Okay, so Nixios and Courtney, you get paid 200 thrones salary. So if you want to add 200 thrones onto your character sheet, the interrogator comes around and he pays you. Quintius, you still owe 200 thrones. It's with law at the minute. But you've been undercover, so that'll just keep in mind that you are due your salary as well. Okay.
I've already spent it. I know where it's going.
Okay. Sorry, James, I didn't really catch that. You're breaking up a bit there.
I did that one.
I don't know whether you have. I mean, let's have a look on your character sheet. You got paid. I don't know if you've added it on or not. It doesn't look like it because you only got 25 thrones. I don't think you've spent any, so I'll add you 200 on. I'll just check. Let's have a look with Alexa. Alexa got 200 exactly, and Arnold, I think, spent most of his. Right. I'll remove you back. I'll remove those 2 black market credits off your character sheet. Okay.
Oh yeah, I did take them off. Sorry.
Okay. So what happens next, guys? Let's see. Painting chest plate. It's going to be more than 1 day. I'm going to say that's a 2-dayer.
Okay.
And what about Quintius? What are you intending to do with Quintius? Are you going to set a trap? Was it for Mr. Snyder?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to work in the port loading area, like I said, till about 10 a.m. when I'm expecting Jan and Arnold and maybe Alexa. I don't know until those people come. I'm not going to wait for them. I'm just going to basically around that time start walking the length of the port gunnery deck. I'm just going to basically abandon my job and start walking along looking for this guy.
Okay. I'm just going to go for a slash. I'll be right back.
Okay. And if I find him, I'm going to try some bullshit. But if it don't work, just be ready to just fucking rush in and grab the cunt. Jan, you would recognise him, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, I'm going to try and blag him a bit.
Like, this fucker's unlikely to come quietly, and is just going to be observed by everybody.
Exactly, which is why I'm going to try and bullshit him first. I'm going to try and like flirt with him to try and invite me to join, because I think there's like a secret cult meeting going on somewhere on the ship. I'm going to try and get him to invite me to that. If that doesn't work, I'm going to try and flirt with him to get him alone, and that's when you guys turn up and we just fucking collectively question him and learn everything we can. That's my plan. But if, like, Quintius is designed as a cult infiltrator, so if I can get invited to his cult, then we can get in and find out who else is involved, can't we?
Yeah.
That's my primary plan. If that doesn't work, my secondary plan is, like I just said, to get him alone. Worst comes to worst, you just fucking charge him and take him down. But I will try and maintain my cover.
So, Arnold, Jan, and Alexa, are you getting involved with this manhunt as well? On day 11?
I think Alexa's going to be a bit too busy because she's got the production facilities to sort out as well, and numerous other jobs.
Okay, yeah, indeed.
Sort out. So I'm probably going to focus on that. I'm going to have to regretfully decline on that one, just because I don't think she'd be much use in like a Russian grab op.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
How
terribly sensible.
Alexa can still assist, though, even if she's not there. If we get in a pickle, we can call her and she can help us through the ship, can't she, if we need her to?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well,
I can access the ship quite easily. Like,
If you want to control the ship, like it's your like part of you, then you have to go to a very special secret place within the ship, which you've got your own little secret room where you can do that. If you're at the workshop, it's harder to actually, you're not melded with the ship as such. So you can still try and get it to do things, and the ship will probably help you, but you are further removed from it. Let's say when you go
Alexa is
room, you can effectively control the ship as you would your own body. So there's two different types of things we're discussing here.
So while we're doing stuff like this on the ship, Alexa is always useful, even if she isn't with us. She's the most useful in a little room. She's always useful, isn't she? Even if she's not there, we can make use of Alexa's skills, can't we? So
yeah.
But I think Arnie and Jan are the most useful in this situation, because this is going to be a fucking grab and restrain at worst.
Yeah.
And those two between them are going to be good at that. So.
Okay, so Jan and Arnold, you're getting involved with the trap. You're going to go with the food trolley again. Is that right?
Yeah.
What are you chuckling at, sir?
Oh, I'll show you in a second on the chat. I'll just... Wait a second.
This Discord or Roll20?
I'll show you in Discord. I'm just doing it now. Just for Arnie's miscellaneous food mission. So I've gone to King Cook, apron on, and
you see, Arnold, that King Cook is hanging out of his arse. You see when you see him the next day.
Alright.
He looks incredibly hungover.
No worries, I'll grab my trolley and then I'll not say too much.
Okay.
Nice.
Every time you speak, that's excellent. Every time you speak, he kind of winces a bit at the volume of your voice.
I'll just puck off my trolley with Jan. Do you like that?
I do like that.
I'm not sure if that's an apron or a halter neck top.
It's the closest I can make. Short notice.
Okay, so Alexa, you're going to the technical workshop.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sensible. Courtney, what's Courtney doing on day 11?
Courtney's has she fully examined these nails? Like she has.
Yeah. She's actually, you've identified it, so you know what its abilities are. It gives you +1 willpower and +20 to a roll once per game.
So she's probably going to work on like I don't know. She can. What would you recommend for Courtney? Because I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't like to tell you what to do, guys. Maybe ask your fellow.
Well, I mean, I've got a suggestion for you, Johnny, and I'm not trying to tell you how to play your character, but there's other loot, and if Courtney's good at identifying stuff, what other loot is there that we can identify? And there's that bastard sword for one. I don't know if there's anything else. That's something she could maybe have a look at. See if there's anything unusual about it.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Yeah, I think the only other bit of, if you like, magic items are the bastard sword. The bastard sword. That's the only one I identify. So you want to identify?
Yeah, look for that.
So the nails are a +1 willpower. Is there anyone who gets benefit from +1 willpower? I mean, everyone gets benefit from +1, but does it tip any psychers over the edge to the next threshold?
Not me. No, I'm bang on 70. Take a lot to.
What's Courtney on, Johnny? What's Courtney's willpower?
Courtney's willpower. Let's have a look. Bear with. Sorry, bear with. Willpower is 52.
Okay, so none of the psychers get any benefit from it, do they?
It's more useful as for the +20 on a roll. I mean, that's quite intriguing for anyone, really.
Yeah, I just thought if it could put a psyker over +1, that would be a priority thing.
Uh-huh.
If it can't do that, then the +1 is as useful to me as it is to anyone else. So who makes the most skill, like non-combat skill checks? I mean, Alexa makes fucking loads.
Yeah.
I could do with it on like just being nice to people when I'm trying to serve them food.
Or is it? So it's a +20 once per game. Did you say, Al?
Yeah, once per session, +20. It gives you a small chance of corruption, and you can't combine it with a reroll. So so with loot, just to meta game a bit, you guys. I'm hoping that you'll be able to find ways of happily divvying out loot without pissing each other off.
I think we should.
I've got an axe.
I think we should discuss loot. You know, who does it benefit the best? Huh? That's how I've always given out loot in every game I've ever played, including MMOs online. Who does it benefit the most?
Yeah.
So the +20 for a non-combat skill benefits a number of us. It benefits Arnie with his stuff he's doing around the ship. Benefits Alexa with the crafting. Benefits Quintius currently while he's doing this bullshit thing. I mean, it might benefit Tommy Lee painting, but I mean, really, is that important? I don't think so.
Hell.
I don't know. I mean, it's like a clutch item as well, isn't it? It's like if a really important comes up, having a +20, is fucking good. So it's like
meta to swap it about, people.
I mean, we can. I mean, there's no reason we can't swap it, is there? But I mean, this is why D&D. This is why D&D has the attunement rule.
Yeah.
So it's up to Alan how we do this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think if you're like passing it around, so you're each getting one test per game, I wouldn't like that really. To be honest, I think that seems a bit too gamey to me.
No, I don't think one test per game.
I wasn't going to. So it would be like one test per session overall. I mean, could you swap it around? You know, I guess you could, but it's only going to be one person who gets to make a test per or gets.
That's what I would say.
It kind of feels a little gamey, but I guess we could maybe work around it where it's like.
I mean,
nails.
I was going to say
you need to look this session. You know what I mean?
I look at it like, here's my lucky bag of nails. Go do this thing. Like, for example,
you could get away with it. I think you can get away with it.
I mean, for example, like Quintius. Here's an example of how I can see how I could. Quintius has a deceive of 73, right? So if we were in a situation where we needed someone to go in and tell a bullshit story, give Quintius the bag of nails, and he's rolling on a 93. You know, that's the perfect niche situation. And then the next time, you know, we absolutely need Alexa to hack into a system, we give Alexa the bag of nails and give her a +20. That's the sort of item I see it as.
Yeah.
We get into well.
Definitely need to get. That's definitely the use for it, isn't it?
It's the Hail Mary item, isn't it? It's like we need this to fucking work. You know, this person has the most important job of the current objective. Give them the lucky bag of nails.
Yeah,
that's how I see this item. So who do we want to have it for now?
It still gives +1 willpower as well.
And +1 willpower is nice too.
If you're swapping it around all the time, it gets a little awkward to update your character sheets, I suppose. But so I mean, you can use it.
I think we should give it to Quintius for the time being.
I mean, I don't want to say give it to me, but yes, give it to me for this because
I don't want it.
I mean, I can't take it now because I'm undercover, but
Alexa
it would make sense.
Alexa just doesn't want it just because corruption and all that sort of stuff. It's she's got gills, for fuck's sake. You know.
It would make sense for Quintius to have it now, but the problem is Quintius is undercover. You can't just walk up to him and give him a bag of nails, can you? So, but in future, I think that's what this item's good for. It's for going, you're off to do a thing, here's the bag of nails.
Yeah.
But for now, give it to someone other than Quintius, because there's no way you can give it to Quintius without people noticing you're giving him a bag of weird, rusty nails.
Okay. So we can leave that one for now, then, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless, so who wants to carry it for the time being?
Give it to fucking Arnold for his morale boosting.
Thank you. I'm 1 corruption point away from 20.
Give it.
I've got a plan. I was gonna ask Alan about my next if I end up mutating to.
Courtney's just ID'd it, yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it on Courtney for now.
Yeah. Okay.
She's just ID'd it, so it makes sense for her to still have it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the minute I've got it on her character sheet.
Yeah. So Courtney has the free +20.
Okay.
Cool.
So, Courtney's going to be identifying a sword. What's Cletus doing in day 11?
Oh, is any mass ready yet to bottles? Can I ask anybody to get me some bottles?
You're going to need a still. I mean, who's Cletus going to ask?
I don't know. Is anybody? I've got a com bead.
No.
Does anybody come and check on me?
Well,
Do I just stay here again? I'm knocking on the door. Hello. Can't do anything.
Okay, guys,
knocking on prison door.
Nobody's been here to feed me.
Okay, hold on a sec, guys. We'll move out of, because the thing is, I'm trying to also abstract a bit and go into power play so we can speed through time. But also, sometimes you need to come out of power play and just do things the old-fashioned way. So I've put you back onto back into your room. I put Nixios on there as well. So every day, you do get fed. Nixios, you've got a regular supply of nutrient paste. So I think you're on something like 10 portions of nutrient paste, and then you also get two. You get 2 portions of food, one for Courtney and one for yourself, which is to a higher standard. So if I put Nixios onto the map. So if you want to have a little chat as Cell 54, you can do that if you want to go back into roleplay mode.
You let me out the cell.
I don't know, that's up to Nixios. Only Nixios and Courtney can open this door in the middle. So shall we go into Cell 54's holding cell? I think Hayden's being insistent here. He's feeling a bit left out, locked away.
I can't play, but all I can do is just look and listen. Hey, what's Cletus going to do today? The cell, listen, paste.
I like
Nixios, you're a perceptive man. You hear a banging on the door.
Oh!
Warm feeling, solitary lizard man. I'll go see what he wants.
Hey, so you go open the door. Lizardman Cletus is stood on the other side.
Hey, Cletus, what's up?
I was wondering if I could stretch my legs and see how this moonshine's doing. I need to ask you if we've got the still yet.
Where were we getting one from?
Well, I don't think you. There was talk of getting Alexa to make it to metagame again here. I think Alexa's got more than she can comfortably do. It could be that maybe Alexa could put one of her bitches on it, or it could be that you get the other person who could maybe do it would be Nick. But he needs, in order to do that, he would need metal. He would need, I mean, it'd be easier for him to do it with a welding torch, but he could probably do it with just his combi tool. But what he needs is some raw materials, so you need to get some metal from somewhere. What would be ideal? I'll tell you what would be ideal. Maybe some, oh no, I won't tell you what would be ideal. Okay, so, there we go. some copper. Some copper would be the ideal material, maybe to make a still out of, or so there are materials out there. You've got a number of people who can craft, of which Alexa is only one. But Alexa's got so much to do. You maybe need to try and find one of the lesser crafters to do it for you.
Maybe it's something that the new guy could do.
Nick, yeah, that's what. Oh, do you mean like one of your
the guy I've not made yet?
Yeah,
why keep referring to him? I love it. His name's
Can I name him? Can I name him?
No, you can't name him. Your naming privileges are revoked. I don't give two shits. I don't trust you. We're calling him Jeff.
It's not Nancy Nigel.
It's not Pedo Pete. No.
Rapey Jeff.
A big fat rapey Jeff with 3 dicks. No, it's none of those things.
Opie Gordon.
What about Guard Gordon and then another Guard Gordon because you forgot you already had a Guard Gordon?
Your name.
Look, mate, you can't have 2 people with the same name in prison.
You can. You can. Just don't pretend that's why you had it. You can have 2 NPCs the same name, Hayden. Just don't pretend that you did it on purpose.
I know. Well, I didn't try to change his name, did I?
No, you went with it, and we're proud of you. And you went so far. You went so far to even give Alan a knife called Gordon, just to take it another step further. Which I tip my hat to you for that one, definitely.
When in the hole, carry on digging until you
just dig yourself until you get the other side. Yeah, exactly.
You got to Australia. Right. Anyway, having Nixios, really need to get cracking on some hobbies down here. Can I turn my room into moonshine production center?
Yeah. As weird as that is, yes. I don't know where I'm going to get the metal for it at the moment. I suppose I better go find Alexa and find out if she's got some raw materials that I can half-inch and then...
Melt down your coins!
What's that?
Melt down your coins!
Yeah, I don't think... Is that going to be enough coins? If you get 375 2p's, I'm not sure I can make a fucking moonshine still out of it.
Dave, you're a man who likes his metal. Should we talk about, does it ductability or the
ductility? Ductility, malleability, hardenability. Hardness and hardenability are 2 different things. Copper's pretty good at this shit.
You can hammer it out so it's quite...
You can make a very thin copper vessel, and the main drawback of how thin or thick that copper vessel is the amount of pressure involved behind it. So how much pressure is there involved in a moonshine?
So you're in effect, I don't think you need to... there is.
I don't think you need to pressurize it, do you? I don't know.
Well, you warm up the mash, but it's not actually pressurized as such. Because there will be an expansion of volume, but it'll then go across to the other side of the still, in a sense. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is a little bit of copper can go a long way.
It can, if you want to make it paper thin, which it could be in theory, because unless you're raising it to melting point, it's not going to deform, is it?
In my mind, there still needs to have a bit of kind of a bit of thickness to it. But like I say, I don't know whether your copper will go, but I do know Alexa's got a fuck ton of copper. She's basically melted down the whole ship's worth of drachma.
So, first of all, there's two important questions. First is, what's the surface area and thickness of a copper drachma piece? Alan?
Okay, I'll tell you what the surface area is. It's my balls. That's what it is. So no, let's move on. We're not going to.
Hey,
dwell on
you should know this.
Is that a
Well,
one-handed or two-handed cup?
What I know is my balls. So we're not going to start getting the equations out. So
I mean, I was going to do it. I was going to do it for you, but okay.
No. Let's just end that topic for a start and move swiftly on. So. Oh dear. So now, do I know what the size of a drachma piece is? No, and I'm not going to bother making it up. We're just going to move on.
Okay.
So, so who's going to make this still? Have you decided what you're going to do? So, Lism and Cletus and Nixios, you're discussing. Have you decided what you're going to try and do here?
We're going to ask.
Yeah, I'm going to go find Alexa. I'm going to go find some raw materials for this. I'm going to get Jeff, because Jeff won't freak out at the sign of these mutant freaks. And we're going to get Jeff and Nick to go to work on these still. That's where I get some raw materials.
Okay, Alexa, are you happy to hand over Jeff and Copper? Yeah.
God, Jeff for Jaffa.
This is his first test.
Okay, so the copper's in the group loot for cell 53 at the minute.
There's to it as well.
Pardon? Oh, you want to add? So what you're going to have to do, that bit needs smelting, so you can give that to Alexa for it to smelt. And Courtney, so what there is a total of 425 drachma. Johnny, can you add that to your inventory? And you can smelt it at some point in the future if you want.
Yeah,
but the what you've got here is you've already got 45 kilograms worth of copper. Now, so you've got this is this is more than enough to make a still. In fact, you can make several stills with this amount.
Right. Well, if we get really good, then we can undercut these fucking engineer freaks.
Yes.
So maybe it is actually worth becoming quite good at the moonshining.
Okay, so you're going to get Jeff and Nick Davenport to build your stills. The question is where you're gonna put them.
Nick Davenport.
What's wrong with that? It's a perfectly good name.
Yeah,
you're the one who hired the free.
We have a spare cell, don't we?
Davenport. What the fuck?
We could turn
back
spare cell into a distillery.
You do have a spare room, don't you? How convenient.
Convenient. It's like Nixios was making room for the still already.
Fucking boring ass lizard man. Get with the program or lose your fucking face.
So we're going to make you some money, Nixios.
So we're going to have Nick, Jeff, and they're going to help each other constructing a still.
It's not Jeff, it's Hefe.
Hefe?
Yeah.
It's his Mexican name.
Hefe.
Hefe.
I like Hefe.
It's now canon. I'm afraid it's very easy to sway me in these sort of matters. We haven't even fleshed out Hefe yet. So Hefe is like the wind. He's like this copper. He's very malleable. Come on, Dave. What's up? You better not be doing your equations, Dave. You can fuck off your equations.
Assuming a 2 millimeter thick wall, you could make a 11 meter diameter disc of copper out of that much copper. I'm not saying how to run your game out, but I think you can make more than one brewing vessel out.
Oh, certainly. Well, yeah. I mean, you can certainly make a large scale still. Yeah, but I mean, in that case, I mean that's basically as big as the room you can make.
I suggest 4 circular ones, not 3. That's probably not a good idea.
It's more muscle going.
Very wise. You don't want three circular stills right next to each other. Who knows what moonshine you would create?
Exactly.
It might have hairy meat in it.
Might.
Okay, so you're going to try and make some stills in Luke's old room. That's the plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, anything else? What's Nix and Cletus doing in your day 11 of power play then? Anything else you want to talk about, or do you know? So you're going to what? Sorry.
Work with Nixios. Tell them what I used to use and what we need, and also tell them about.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna oversee. I mean, both Hefe and Nick are from Orpheus as well, but you can certainly help to direct it as well, Cletus. So what about Nixios? What's he going to do on day 11?
He's going to keep an eye on these shady fucking bayou folks.
Okay, so you're going to basically both of you are going to oversee this work. Okay, great.
All right for you, Nixios.
Yeah, I think this may have legs. You know, might give us some bargaining grade options. You know, to equip our squad.
People used to really enjoy my moonshine I made.
Yeah, it'll go a long way. It's got good trade potential with the rest of the ship. It's an unusual.
Just need to keep getting more. Once we'll get twice as much mash, and we'll ourselves a good production of this stuff.
Right.
Once we get good, I'll have to wash my hands a bit more, though. Get a sink down here myself. Be getting all dirty. I know I'm green and scaly. Like to keep clean.
We do have a shower facility.
I'm not allowed in it most of the time.
But it's up to you. If you want, Nixios, you have the authority to open this door permanently. And the minute all the doors inside are open, but
yeah,
you know, do you want to sleep and have that door open permanently? It's up to you. I mean, that's your decision. Do you trust all these mutants with your life? I don't know.
Absolutely not.
In that case, you're going to need to keep.
I will kind of wake up and let him out.
You will what? Sorry, you broke up a bit there.
I say I'll wake up and let him out every day. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good power play for me for Cletus.
Yeah. How convenient. I did like to see you losing your mind there for a bit second. Let me out! Can't do properly.
Does nobody feed me in here? It's been a whole day knocking yesterday.
Staring at the walls yesterday, improving my eyesight.
It knows hearing. Trying to listen in, see if anybody was talking in the next
really
room.
concentrating on them walls. What a day!
What a day! I know how many rivets are in them now.
A day well spent.
Okay. Tommy, would you be so kind as to give me a painting roll for your power play today?
Well, I just have to stop there a moment, voice in my head, because before I do, I'd like to just take a moment to focus my abilities. Really take some time to concentrate on just how beautiful Courtney is and how beautiful I want to make this piece of art look for her. And I'm gonna just wink at Mr. Prickles there, and I'm gonna cast Knack like a little big titty motherfucker that I am, and that's gonna go off. I'm gonna give myself a +10 on my art roll, if that's okay.
Of course.
And here we go. I passed.
Okay, great. That's a straight pass. That's 2. Okay, so it's going better than normal, and that's
better than I did on the helmet.
That's the the bar's set pretty low.
I'm getting the hang of it. I mean, I didn't start painting until a few days ago, and I've been telling everyone I'm real good at it. So it's about time I started getting good at it. He's all good.
The master at work.
Okay.
Spend some time with Tommy Lee while he's doing this. She's going to evaluate this sword, but whilst watching Tommy as well.
Okay.
Do his work. She's fascinated with his painting.
Mm. Can we have a Psyniscience roll then, please, Courtney?
Yes. Where is that? Oh, is that a psychic roll?
Psyniscience is what you need to do. It's in your character sheet in advanced skills, which is normally on the right-hand side. So Psyniscience is a way of kind of detecting psychics. It's what you use for identifying as well.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a perception-based roll. Okay, so Courtney, you're perhaps half.
It's a sword.
You're perhaps half distracted by Tommy Lee. It's going to take you longer to identify the sword. It's not something you're going to fail at. You will get there. It's just not happening quickly. Maybe because your head's in the clouds half the time, and you're probably spending more time watching Tommy Lee than actually doing what you should be doing.
I'm distracted by the amount of time it's taking me to contour the breasts on the armor. I'm taking a long time to make sure they look real good.
They're really swirly. I like the swirls.
That's how I imagine you look naked, Miss Courtney. I mean, I'm not trying to make it weird or nothing. It's just I see a lot in my head.
No, I'm not swirly.
I mean, they could be if you just applied yourself a little.
I'm gonna go.
Shut up, Tommy! You fucking nuts!
No, you just carry on painting, Mr. Dangerfield.
Well, I ain't never been called that before.
It's getting weird now. Shall we move on to Cell 53 and their manhunt?
Wow. Is that something that's happening? Yeah, let's do that.
We can do that. I mean, we've kind of played around with Cell 54 a bit. We've let Hayden out of his cell. I think, I feel like it's moving along swimmingly. And, it looks like you're going to go into mass production of moonshine, which is the natural progression for Cell 54.
Yeah.
So...
We're not a hit squad, we're moonshine making machine.
Okay. So... Go Team Heretic. Sleeve. I'm loving the graffiti, guys. It's coming along nicely. It's really taking character, this room. I like it. Okay. So, Cell 53. Alexa, you are going to go to the technical workshop and work. We'll come back to that later. Jan and Arnold, you're pushing a trolley around down port side. Quintius, what are you doing?
Okay.
What's your plan? What's your approach with this then? So you basically left your station.
Yeah, so first couple of hours just doing my normal job, and then just before 10, probably, because I said to the other guys to be there at about 10. So just before 10, I'm going to head. I'm basically just going to get up off my job and just start walking the length of the portside gunnery deck, because I don't imagine I know exactly how long it all is. I've never really been the whole way. So I'm just going to walk up and down and keep an eye out for this fucking guy we're looking for.
Okay. I do have some dimensions on this, seeing as you want to know about dimensions over time. I do actually have something for the ship, the length of the ship itself, so I can have an estimate of...
How thick is the hull, Alan, specifically?
It's about yay big.
Oh, yay! Yes, of course.
So the ship is 3 kilometers from prow to stern. and say the macro cannons take up, at least 2/3 of each
All right.
side of the ship. So there's this huge broadside. So that so at least best part of 2 kilometers. So it's a good long track to go from right at the aft to the fore of where the macro cannons are located.
How close am I to? Am I closest to the fore or aft?
To the aft.
To the aft.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
and you've been told reliably that Derek is more of a foreman.
All right. So I'm going to, before I start this, knowing that I've already told Jan and Yarnold, if you will, that this is my plan. I'm going to basically say I'm going to start sweeping from where I am based, and they know that because they've seen me there before. And I'm going to start sweeping 4 from that position. If they want to do their thing, I don't know if Arnold's going to do the Meals on Wheels thing or whatever they're doing. If they want to be just like 100 yards or so behind me, roughly, then we're not too far away from each other, are we? And I'm just going to inform them that's what I'm doing, and I'm heading for looking for this guy.
Okay. So you set up your sweeping patterns. Brandy Lee, I'd like you to make, please, an awareness test at a +10, as you've got more of a feeling for where this guy would be.
All right. Awareness at +10. Hang on. What's going on here? Why is my character sheet blank? There we go. Awareness at +10. I'm going to fate point that.
Quintius, you've been on the trail of your quarry for days now. You've been trying to find him. You've been living a different life. And there's been remarkably few sightings of this gentleman. And so much so that you were starting to doubt whether he was even in the area. But after words with Growler, who's told you a little bit more about where he might be found, and now you're taking a less cautious approach. You've left your own workstation. You've gone looking for him. And it doesn't take you too long before you clock your quarry. He is working very close to the fore, of the macro cannon batteries. So he's very near the port fore side of the ship. So you have him clocked. Are you going to try and stay hidden from sight yourself? I mean, you are disguised, or what? How are you approaching it?
First thing I'm going to do is Yarnold. Target acquired.
I was thinking I'm just serving this man some tea.
God bless you, sir. That's a fine cuppa. Got a real thing for a good cup of tea.
Oh, yes, very good tea.
I have no idea how far behind me they are, do I?
Not exactly.
So, no. I'm just going to say. I'm just going to say to them, target acquired, and give them. I imagine there's a way of identifying what area I'm in. Labeled or numbered or something.
Yeah, sure.
Like gunnery loading docks, section 4 beta gamma 3 or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the ship is divided up into kind of I don't know, every few hundred meters. It's a bit like the motorway.
We'll be within about 10 minutes, about half a mile away.
Okay.
So in general, there'll be like a what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember what it is. A coordinate for most locations on the ship, which is how they're held apart. And there's an XYZ coordinate. So there are, so you can roughly indicate to him where you are. So it's not that you can't, you don't, it's not like you can't give him any information. You can comms and you can explain to him roughly where you are via means of, if you like, these ship coordinates.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm also going to say approach and stand by. I'm going in. And then I'm just going to fucking walk straight up to this guy.
Okay. So, Jan and Arnold, what are you doing? You hear that comms? Oh, sorry, lost it.
So, well, we need to casually, just fly casual to that location.
Play Liz.
Okay. So you're gonna, you get the comms in. So you're gonna head up and move to a supporting position, and you're gonna be pushing your trolley as fast as you can go.
Yeah.
Take your tea cakes. Just have them. Got places to be.
Two scones. I don't mind if I do.
Just remember, Lucius loves you.
We love Lucius.
And the guy gets some scowls at him as he says this. Okay, so you rush forward with your trolley. Brandy Lee, you heading up to Derek?
Yeah.
And he looks up from his work. He's checking on the Prometheum tanks. And says, "Can I help you?"
Well, hi. I don't believe we met before. My name's Brandy Lee Cobson.
I'm going to offer my hand in a very effeminate manner towards him.
Okay, looks. There's a slight pause, and then he takes your hand and nods. He says, "I have heard of you. Growler's been speaking of you. Says you're good worker. Says you and your Orphean pals, you're pulling your weight. I'm glad to hear it."
Well, we've been taken from a place that, quite frankly, was an appalling state of conditions to be living in, and brought to this wonderful ship where, I mean, don't get me wrong, this place is equally awe-inspiring and terrifying all at the same time. But I like to say as well, Mr. Growler, he's a lovely man. But my reason for approaching you right now is nothing to do with him, or even anything to do with back home. And I'm just going to get really, really close to him. Say, I seen you around the ship, sir. I seen the way you look at me.
I think we're going to have to ask for a charm roll, please. I'm going to put you at a -20.
Yeah, fair enough.
See the Adam's apple.
We've never seen you before.
What makes you think Quintius has got an Adam?
He's wearing a lot of foundation, so you can't see.
Probably all in it, disguise and blouse or something.
-20.
-20.
Okay.
Do it, Quintius. It's my faith.
I mean, I had a big plan about doing this much more subtly, but right at the last minute, I was like, no, fuck it. Go full chaos. Come on!
Yes! Yes!
That's what we're all about now.
Okay, Jan and Arnold, you arrive on the scene not too... after a few moments after, as I start here and start talking to him, you'll arrive shortly after.
You arrive
and Derek looks up at you, Brandy, and he says, "Well, don't know what you mean." And you do see the edge of his mouth comes up in a little smile. He says, "I wouldn't do anything inappropriate."
Well, inappropriate is only inappropriate if somebody claims it to be. And since we're both two adult consenting parties here, then what could possibly be inappropriate between two such people, sir?
I'm going to take his hand.
And Derek looks around, and he starts to look to see who's looking, who's watching. And he says, "Look, Brandy, I hardly know you." But he's holding your hand.
I'm going to say, well, open the Vox bead and say,
I've been feeling a little under the weather, and you strike me as just the sort of person who can make me feel better right now. And it don't matter if we don't know each other or not. Now, you just come on with me right now and let's have some fun.
And I'm going to start leading him away.
He's going to get a nasty shock when he puts his hands downstairs.
Derek, again, he looks around. He has a furtive
I like
glance
that
around,
sort of
see who wants to be looking, but he follows you. He follows you as you lead him away. Jan and Arnold, what are you doing?
Just because it's been a couple of hours and I'm not sure how much attention has been paid. Alan, would you mind if I reiterated a certain thing I just said?
That'll be my guess.
I heard you, Dave.
I'm feeling a little under the weather.
Yes, okay. We come over.
Alexa
Okay,
heard
so
that
where-
too, by the way.
Where are you leading him to, Dave?
I'm leading him back to cell 53's quarters.
Okay.
And I will
Okay.
clear the corridor of any people on the way there.
Well, so at the minute you're behind them, so you're kind of following, so you're not able to.
I'm gonna have to run with my trolley then.
Yes, this is the chaos I'm here for.
Take your tea cakes and eat them. Stop throwing tea cakes everywhere. I really need to go to the toilet.
Okay, so you're trying to overtake them
I'm
with
tossing people tea cakes.
with the trolley in tow, and your
Yeah.
penny flying behind you. Is that what you're
I
saying?
really need to toilet. I've got to move. Everybody get out the way.
Don't
Okay.
you just need to restock the trolley, my friend?
I love how you are now juggernuffers. You are now part. You are now best friends. Your accent is now my own. Goodbye to
brothers.
the dusk accent. Sorry. So, guys. So, Jan and Arnold, you got a chance to speak to each other. What's your plan? So he's heading off. You see him heading off. Presumably. So what are you two doing?
To overtake him. Near the corridor.
We
Get
don't need to
out the way.
overtake him, do we? Can't we just follow
No, you
the-
don't need to.
I don't know why you need to clear the corridor or...
Sorry, I'm on the wrong plan.
I mean, no, you're not, Hayden. You're not on the wrong plan. It's not imperative that you clear the corridors, but I had a reason for asking you to do it. If you can't do it, you can't do it.
Johnny,
I basically,
one we need to
I
clear.
was basically trying to make it so that nobody saw what we were doing. But if people do see what we're doing, then so what? Shit happens. But I was trying to make it so nobody saw what happens.
Right, just take him into the toilets of the corridor and stuff. We'll knock him out, stuff him in the trolley. I'll comms that over the thing.
All right. So, am I hearing this over the comms?
Over the comms,
so it would appear.
Take him to the toilet. We'll just knock him out and stuff him in the trolley.
Okay, just a sec.
Fold him in two. He doesn't need his legs, does he?
Dave, I really wish you wouldn't do that.
It fell on the floor. It went. Wouldn't it be better to...
Let's see what should we put some.
Have we got any waterfall music? Like a tap. Can I play a tap? I like doing it. Just put the sound effect in. Listen. Golden shower heresy. Getting heavy in there.
This may be your greatest role.
That was it. That was a good little thinking moment for me. I enjoyed that. So Arnie's told me to stop at the toilets.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing, Arnie? You're telling him to
Stop at the toilets, and I'm going to knock him out and stuff him into the trolley.
Sorry, I just accidentally unplugged my headphones, Hayden. Say again, I unplugged my headphones there.
Right. I want you to stop at the toilets. I'm going to follow you in afterwards. Trolley. Knock him out, shove him in the trolley and put the sheet over him and then wheel him off the interrogation area.
Alright, okay,
Nobody will see him scream.
just a second, let me think about this.
He said he wanted a quickie with
Okay,
him.
so is there a toilet nearby, Al, or anything like that?
Sure, I mean, there's toilets all over the ship because
I think you guys, like when Quintius gives you the signal to actually move in, I think you should just stay back and see how it unravels.
I mean, that's fine if that's what happens, but, you know, I'll remember that. But... Yes, so what I'm going to do, if that's the case, Alan, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop outside the door to this toilet with Derek. I nearly said Dericles. With Derek, still holding his hand. I'm going to look him in the eye. I'm going to give him my best smile, and I'm going to announce my coordinates in this fashion. I'm going to go, oh my, deck 7, aft toilets. Quadrant Beta 4, my favorite toilets.
Okay.
And then I'm going to lead him inside.
Okay.
Arnold.
Derek seems to have his blood up, and he follows you inside. And once you're inside,
He locks the door.
once you're inside Quintius, he immediately starts to get a bit touchy-feely with you. He starts kind of groping you up, starts going in for kisses. He's you appear to have got his blood up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to embrace this, live in the moment, go with it.
Okay.
Hold back.
Yeah.
Okay, Jan and Arnold,
Hold back. Don't move in.
you're hot on his Jan and Arnold, you're hot on his tail.
Soon you will be.
Before we get there.
I mean, Derek's hot on my tail too. Yeah.
Okay. What's that, Arnold? So what do you say? Sorry.
No, we'll get to the door, but we'll just leave it for 30 seconds before we go in.
All right. Cool.
Okay, so we can see
Maybe
where
a minute. Maybe a minute or two.
we can see where this is going. So, Derek, his hands are all over you, and suddenly he cops a feel in the wrong place, and then he screams in anger, "What's this?"
Then the door, right? I'm going to open the door with the trolley.
But as he says, "What's this?" I'm going to say, "Oh, that's just my enhanced cogitator stack."
He starts to storm off. Does Derek? He starts to storm away from you. You say you, and he gets the door, and outside the door, he sees Arnold and Jan and a trolley. Roll initiative.
Whoa!
Well, I was going to open the door, but that's cool.
Don't
That's
kill him.
cool.
So he opens the door and he sees you there. Roll initiative.
That
Please.
was marvellous. That was absolutely marvellous.
I
Just
love
the idea of like, you guys just holding back and waiting like a little bit like
You stick us wherever we are. I've just got cells 54 through.
You could always put us in these toilets, I suppose.
Is that what he's doing?
the wrong one.
It's the wrong trousers.
Oh! I was just thinking that, Alan.
That's what this
Actually,
episode
yeah.
should be
I
called.
don't know why. I don't know why.
You should call this episode "The Wrong Trousers." That's what you should call it.
Okay, just why not? So just give us a second. You want a fucking toilet combat scene? Of course, I've got one just prepared. Of course, I do, guys. Of course.
I mean, this isn't Aiden's game, you know.
I've always got a toilet on hand to fight in.
Yeah, I know, and a shower.
The shower. But
Right,
he needs to shower in prison.
Okay.
The kicks in the shower. Going on the floor as well. There's everything going on with that. I should have really given you like toughness test for balls stinging in your eyes.
1 second, guys. I'm nearly there.
Nice hold music, Alan. I'm enjoying your hold music, Al. It's good.
No, actually,
You put me on the spot. What do you mean, no, actually? Now what?
no,
Hold on.
I just thought that I should.
What should you do? You want to get some powers? You want to stack some powers before combat?
No, I'm just thinking that I should use.
Don't ruin it, James. You've walked the line for so long. We don't need it right now. If you pop a demonette right now, I'm going to be so fucking angry with you.
Give you more corruption as well.
It's just a guy, James. It's just a guy, James. We can take him. We don't need your bullshit. If ever you were gonna perils and summon a demon host, it was right now in my moment. Don't do this.
Hey,
Okay, that's fine.
Actually, no, James.
Fine.
James, in hindsight, roll all your powers. I want the demon host. It'll be fucking brilliant.
Yes.
Eyeball together.
Basically, like you can spend a. What I was thinking is that you can spend a point to get an initiative 10, can't you?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's right at the end of the session.
And I still have one as well.
Nice and
Well,
good.
the problem is, if I am going to use a power, I need that reroll, unfortunately. So.
I'm gonna do the initiative 10 thing because I just want to grab this guy and make him go to sleep.
Okay, so what's your total with a 10 then?
14.
That's your second fate point, is that right?
Yep, that's me done for the Digatium for fate points.
You know what? Just in case something goes wrong here, because I want this to succeed, I'm going to use my last fate point to do the same.
Okay, so,
So I'll be on 14 as well. My agility is 41, which I think is lower than Arnold's.
Okay.
I love how you've got an actual token and a named token for Brandy Lee, and it isn't just Quintius.
44, Quintus.
Yeah, what's your initiative, please, buddy?
I am 7, including my agility.
7, you say?
7.
Oh, why is that? There we go. Right, so we've got our battle arena hastily prepared.
Nice, like it. Love how you just copied and pasted the bit out. That's a good idea. Good call.
Yeah, it's good. Well done.
So I would like. So it's Arnold. You have initiative, and you see this guy with his plain face, and you see him look, and he realizes too late that he's been had, and his eyes go wide at the sight of you. What are you doing?
I will just grab.
You're gonna try and grab him?
Grab him and try sleeper hold him so I can put him asleep.
Okay.
Because I think if I punch him, I'll probably kill him.
He's gonna try and dodge. He's gonna try and evade you. Okay, so you reach to grab him and you try and put him in a sleeper hold, and he slips over backwards in his attempt to dodge and cracks his head on the floor. And he seems stunned and insensible. You didn't even touch him. Arnold, he's pretty much at your mercy. He's lying on the floor, stunned.
Alright, I will tie him up. I'll tie him up, fold him with his legs.
What are you tying him up with?
Oh, I'll use my red scarf.
Okay.
Wait. Didn't Arnie say he was carrying his rope?
Yes, I did. I was carrying my rope.
Okay, so you've got some convenient rope there if you want to tie him up.
Thanks.
Yarn.
New carried rope always has a use.
Brandy Lee, are you doing anything, or are you just leaving Arnold to it?
I'm going to
Assist.
tie this guy up. Also, I'm going to sit on his chest and like try and pin his arms down by his side with my knife. I'm going to quick draw my knife and just hold it under his throat in case he wakes up.
Okay. So this must be the most least impressive combat I've ever run. you attacked him and he rolled 100 on his dodge and just fell over and stunned himself. Arnold, you're all over him now. It's at your mercy. You tie him up. Jan, are you doing anything?
Yeah,
Or
I'll tell you how
would you
to tie
like
him
to
up.
how would you like to contribute to this impressive combat? Just hold on a second.
Just gonna let it all unfold.
You're gonna let it on. I'm just gonna watch on and. Yeah, so he managed. He's like you say, he falls on. Maybe there was some soap suds on the floor. Maybe
this was bath club.
Maybe
It was bath club.
Can I honestly tell you, this was my bath club map that I just hastened to purchase. He slips over. He cracks his skull. How are you tying him up, Arnold?
Right. You know when someone kneels down and they lay backwards while the legs are knelt down? The legs are right up. Like that, so the legs are right up.
Uh-huh.
Like that,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it can
yeah,
fit my trolley.
Uh-huh.
Hands are going to be tied behind him. His legs
Proper
are
hog
up, and
tie.
his mouth, and his mouth's going to be gagged with a skull in it.
It's getting a bit too.
So he can't shout.
That's not a very effective gag for the.
All right.
I
mean,
do
you know,
not
you
want
just go
to chastise.
strawberry jam.
I absolutely do not want to chastise Jan for the use of the scone. In fact, I want Quintius to applaud him for the use of the scone.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm just saying, as if in practical terms, you probably just eat it, and you know.
I don't care.
Anyway,
Wrap the scone in the scarf so he can't just chew straight through it.
Scones are meant to be eaten, aren't they? That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I applaud the
Yeah, but
artistry
he might
of
have a
it.
really dry mouth, like, you know what I mean? Unless it's like a moist scone, it's stopping from being able to speak.
We've not discussed what the quality
How
of these
old is
baked
that?
goods is. They could be terrible. They could be the driest
Anyway.
baked goods ever.
I think
we have a
rule of-
roll from Horace Ratio Butler, please.
Now,
rule of cool has to win out here. So
Exactly, yeah.
now I'm
Make
going to
me
stuff
roll.
him into the second floor of my trolley. The sheets
I
back
just
over
wanna
them and
say,
push them out of there.
So my game and this is the perfect place to end my game tonight. It's a bit of light S&M. You're hog tying Derek Schneider, putting him in a trolley, and you're gagging him with a scone. Okay,
Yeah.
And that's the perfect place to leave it, guys. So,
And the red scarf.
Just before we end it, can I get Jan's attention? Point out him going, is this him, Jan? Is this him? Is this him? Is this the guy, Jan? Is this him? Is this him? Have we got him? Have I got him? Have I done good?
it's definitely the guy. This is the guy who tried to recruit you, and now what's become of him? What's going to be the fate of Derek Snyder?
Now
Tell me I'm a good boy, Jan.
Find
Tell me
out.
I'm good. Give me...
Find out next. Find out next time. You nearly didn't recognise Brandy Lee, or should I say Quintius? The changing him is quite impressive, Jan. When you look at him, obviously you know it's Quintius, but the disguise is incredibly impressive.
Bravo.
You could almost believe that he's an Orphean woman, just like Derek did.
That dress, what he stole off washing line, came in.
I know. I knew that would come in useful. When I took that, I fucking knew it would come in useful eventually.
Yeah, well, there's been a
Always carry rope and D&D.
Always carry rope and a woman's dress.
Yeah, the woman's dress.
dearie me. Well, guys, that's where I'm going to end it tonight. It's
Good game.
been